Okay, let's have a look at Twitch. Oh, Logan's messaged me. What? Why no Steam?
You should mention on our Facebook thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're having problems.
To OmniPoke.
Oh, it says I'm live. Ooh, potential.
Wait,
It says I'm live on my dashboard.
wait. Oh my god, it does. I don't know whether it does for me too. Oh, I've got an advert. Shut up, advert.
Hopefully I'm live. It says I'm live now. Nope. Okay, someone says nope. That's annoying. Okay.
Not for me. Yes, you are live. Okay, we're getting.
We're
getting mixed
might
messages.
be happening.
Okay, you're live for me.
I'm live.
You're live for me.
Okay. Let's frantically close things that could make this lag.
Try refresh.
You can put your video off, by the way.
Stream. Oh yeah, well. It was just because I was eating, so you knew when I was eating. But now I'm done eating. I don't have to.
Beetle has been slayed. Okay. Woo!
Refreshing helped. Okay. Oh,
Jesus.
half an hour later than expected.
That was
We're
a
here.
panic. That was a panic. Okay. Woohoo!
Oh.
Damn. Savage.
Well, we appreciate the gesture, I guess.
Damn. Well, we're here now. Now it's
Hello.
just PTCGO that needs to get up and work.
Okay. Right. Good afternoon to you, Arcanite 914.
Hey, straight away getting a follow as well.
Oh, that's how we like it.
Naris TCG, thanks so much. Now that you know that there's actually a stream here, you can follow in peace.
Yes.
How's our day been? Well, just got a lot more stressful the last 15 minutes when the stream wasn't working.
We were
Jeez.
panicking. But yeah, I think we've had a pretty good day. Me and Joe have been chatting about some new cars today.
Ooh, so much to talk about. And that's why we were panicking even more so, because
We've got
this
so many
is a packed
opinions.
stream as well.
I think around 9:30 we'll start talking about those, I guess, just so people can get in here, and if they've maybe tuned out, they might come back and see if we're back online. So I'd say about 9:30 will be when we're going to be starting to look at all of the Tapu talking we've got to do.
Eepa's got in there early. Tapu Lele's a maze.
Before we even said hello.
Yeah, that's what we need to know.
By the way, guys, Tapu's amazing.
Crownfish, how's it going? Third guy. There's currently not going to be a third guy in this stream. I think Luke is at work till at least 10.
I'm going to say, he said to me he's going to try and pop in later on,
So,
but he may be too tired, which is fair enough.
either he'll be in at like the last hour, or he'll just not be in this week's one.
Yeah, might just pop into the chat or whatever if he's.
Yeah.
Don't know. You might see him, but if not, we've got plenty to talk about anyway.
Had to pull over because he always collapsed when his friend told him about the new cards. Jeez.
They're good.
Volk's
And Volk just found its
yeah.
Yes, it has.
That has happened.
Ugh.
Evening, James.
Sup, Mr. Shawnet. One more Tapu left. Yeah, I need to look at the numbers for the Tapu stuff, because I'm not 100% sure we're getting a Feeny yet. I hope we do, but in fact I'm going to do that now whilst you're having a game. Let's look at all of the information we've had. Guardians Rising. Okay, so the Guardians Rising set information says we get 12 GXs.
Who concedes after that? Jeez. Sorry, someone saw me just have a nuts turn one with Decidueye and they were like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm done.
I'm watching the side. I've just seen you get the shaman.
Yeah. He conceded on Shaman.
Oh dear.
Volt can now play Hala and use it effectively.
Oh,
Potentially, yes.
Okay, so 12 GX Pokemon. We've got Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Lycanroc Midnight, Komodo, Metagross, Sylveon, Toxapex, Vikavolt. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Tapu Bulu has been confirmed because we've seen that today. Turtonator, because we've seen that today.
So you have to go back and let me write them down as you go.
Okay, yeah. Go and grab some paper.
Right, we'll start with Coco, Lele, Bulu, Turton.
Yeah.
Then we've got
So
Sylveon,
today. Sylveon, Vikavolt,
Vika,
Toxapex,
Toxapex, yeah.
Lycanroc Midnight.
Both Lycanrocs. Oh no, Lycanroc Midnight, yeah.
Because we're getting the other one in the box. Komodo and Metagross.
Como, Meta. Is that everything that's been announced?
How many is that? They're the like 10 that have been confirmed based on.
Yes, that's definitely 10.
Okay. Now, the 2 from the Sun and Moon expansion set that we haven't seen that haven't been confirmed but are in the Strengthening expansion set are Drampa.
Yeah.
And is that the only one? It might just be Drampa. Yeah, it's just Drampa. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's 11.
Potentially Feeny.
So there's a space for Finny. Oh, come on. I want a Feeny. It would just annoy me if they didn't make the all 4. It just annoy me. It's like them never releasing a Suicune EX. Just what was the point? There were so many like useless EXs. Why couldn't they make one of them Suicune?
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got time to talk about that. We've got a few hours of chatting to do.
Yep. Can't wait to see what they do with Feeny. Yeah, we're just saying the same. Who knows what could happen? All the Tapus are easily playable cards and all very interesting in their own right. Very different cards.
I said when we first heard about the Tapus, I said, Joe, I don't have the money to buy 16 Tapus, just a play set of each. I never expected I'd actually have to. It's now beginning to look like I may need 16 Tapus in my life.
Well, the tins have been revealed at least.
Yes, Tapu Bulu and Tapu Koko are getting tins, which is cool.
But that also means that Lele is not in a tin.
Lele isn't. No.
So...
Okay. What else is going on? Still waiting for the Mallow reveal. Yeah, I think Mallow is going to be a really interesting reveal because she's a grass-based captain, and grass has so much support at the moment. If they make her grass, like a grass-based supporter, it could just be nuts.
Wait a minute, they chose to not get Plume down. Okay, so they're waiting for a way to move Shiinotic, I think. That's my only explanation.
Hello, not Jack Snell. How are you doing this evening? We've said hello to so many of you people already. We were just offline and we didn't realise.
Yeah. We've been chatting to ourselves for a bit.
Wow, Scott. Bit of a late start. I just assumed Chelsea were playing and your brackets, or your what's the word?
Inverted commas.
Internet went down. Lele Secret Rare will be expensive. Yes, it will.
Last time I was struggling to no avail. This time it worked, Scott.
Was the game finished? Is that a few questions for you guys? Why has the stream had more problems than a Jay-Z record? Wow. Turn AGX has made Volcanion Dex insane. Do you agree? And Tapu Lele is broken in Mega Gardevoir. To one, I don't know. We don't actually know the issue. We just updated things tonight and prayed it worked.
I live in a third world village. That's why.
Two, Turtonator is definitely really, really good for Volk. We're going to talk about all these cards at around half 9, but yeah, Turtonator I think is really good for Volk. And I hadn't even registered the Tapu Lele in Mega Gardevoir until about 2 hours ago, and my jaw just kind of dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's good. So yeah, 2 and 3 I do agree with not Jax now. Tapu Lele is broken everywhere. Verbank has been blowing up with memes today. It's been meme central. Usually there's some really good discussions in there, but today it's just been memes.
Hockman, straight on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I saw those. I woke
Great.
up to those.
Absolutely great. Right, we're going to fire arrows at the Gloom because I think we win this game as long as we have items for the vast majority of it. Just bought everything for Guardy, so now you can play Lele. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Oh.
It's good in a lot of decks.
Yeah, I think it's... Oh, I'm going to struggle to stop talking about this card when we get to it.
Mm-hmm. What makes Lele bonkers in Guardy? Just the fact that you already play Dragonite, so you can re-spam Lele to get your tech supporters out. I think it'll only be a one-off. You'll still play 3 to 4 Shaman, but you only really need one Lele because you can get back your Hex, you can dig for Lysander, you can find Kukui, and those are like your 3 tech supporters, even Skylar to an extent. So, it's a very good one-off. There are reasons why it's worse than just playing Shaman though, because you can't hooper it out.
Yeah.
But we'll get onto it.
What do you guys think the best deck is in this young format? I'm still undecided. I think there's a lot of space in the format right now for things to really abuse how young the format is. So right now I'd still be inclined to say Volk or Turbo, not Volk, well Volk I guess to an extent, but I was thinking Yveltal or Turbo Dark just because they're like the bread and butter of the format. They know what they're doing. They gain some good matchups. They're consistent. I don't think there's anything wrong with either of those right now.
Yep, I was literally going to say Volk or Yveltal. They're
Goodbye.
solid picks, and they're continuing to be solid picks.
Goodbye Jirachi, most decks not named Trev and Solgaleo. I was gonna say it doesn't completely like wipe Jirachi off the field, but it is often going to be superior.
Yeah, a lot of the time it is.
I can think of a couple of situations where maybe it's better to run Jirachi, but yeah.
Like Guardy may as well play Jirachi.
Yeah, because it's hooperable.
And you clear it off the board anyway, so you don't worry about the HP.
I was more than anything thinking that it's levelable, searchable.
Yeah,
I think that's so huge.
Hooper and levelable.
Yeah. So like it's not.
It's not strictly better than Jirachi
anymore, but
although a lot of the time it is.
Yeah, which means I need to sell my Jirachis.
No.
I've got a pretty full art that I'm never going to be selling.
They combined Mewtwo EX and Jirachi, gave it 1 retreat, no weakness, and a GX attack. Yeah, it's exactly what they've done.
Yeah. I like the...
It doesn't have a weakness, though, at least.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's more Lugia than Mewtwo, but yeah. Guardians will be out May the 5th. Yeah, I'm already thinking about Birmingham Regionals and the fact that all of these cards are going to be playable. And we haven't even had Sheffield Regionals yet, so I wish they wouldn't do this. I wish they could. Why can't they just wait? Just wait a little bit, so I'm not as excited.
Chill.
Exactly.
Chill, Pokemon.
Yes, Rip Money. Yeah, it's going to be an expensive card. Hey guys, thanks for streaming, making my day better. Thank you very much, Monte Carlo Meerkat. We had some slight issues to start with, but we're glad that we were able to get online and hopefully brighten your day.
Yep, we struggled through it. We got there.
I was planning for Sheffield for the moment London ended. Yeah, I've had Sheffield in the back of my mind for a while. Just because Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon, innit?
It's just Sun and Moon. Do you think a Decidueye Gengar deck with 30 HP knockout condition is viable? I think it's super clunky, unfortunately.
I agree. Clunk Express. Why did you feed me this guy? Made a few changes, Scott? Yeah, cool. I've made a few changes as well. I'd like to see what your changes include. Mine are, I've added more physical switch cards on top of just the Olympia, because ability lock is the main way the deck loses. In my opinion, at least. I play a thinner line of Palkia than I used to. Right, so we have 40 more damage, 40 plus 1 Hunter is game. Not bad. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. See ya! Rinsed him. GG. I mean, we do absolutely lose that game 100% if he actually put the plume down turn 1, but he was worried about the Shiinotic getting stuck. I don't think that's perfect logic. But hey, we got away with it. Right, Jack, should we play?
Yes, I'm just making one change to a deck, and then...
That's the list I was just playing, guys. It's slightly changed. It's only playing 2 grass energy now. I'm even more cheeky than before. It's a heavier Lugia focus. That's why it's playing special charge as well. And it's playing Fury Belts, so it's a heavier Lugia focus than it used to be. And we've also cut out Crow Bikes for more Ball Search, Lily, and Fury Belts. Acrobike was making me in a deck out mode too quickly, and when people were able to hex me like 2 times, it was a problem. So although Acrobike's great for speed, the longevity of the deck gets a lot worse, and the deck is really good at grinding people out for wins, so we've changed to more physical search to thin the deck. Oh, I've got hair in my mouth again. Happened last week as well. Don't know what's going on here.
4, 3, 1.
You want to whisper the list? Sure, we can have a look at your Aquabox. Let me see if mine's been updated on here. Is it called Aquabox? There it is. Let's see if I've updated it. No? No, this is not the list. Okay. Oops. No, is that right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing, Epa, the Mega Lucario reprint. I'm sure it's something that we'll touch on when we go over to Poker Beach a little bit later on, but I read that today and it's just a weird array of cards. How are we liking Lily right now? Lily is I'm really enjoying Lily at the moment. I don't know whether you're just referring to the deck that Joe's looking at right now, but in general, I'm enjoying Lily a lot more than I'd first given it credit for. It's not as bad as I first thought, and maybe it's even good. Maybe it's even very good.
Yeah, I'm putting Lily into more and more decks. Just because in terms of a turn 1 supporter, it's oftentimes as good as turn 1 Sycamore. And it's, you know, from that turn onwards in your discard pile, it's a card that can draw cards that isn't Sycamore. So just having the option of it is good a lot of the time. That's my bad list. I'm still working on it. I want to see your guys' list. Let's see if you whispered it to me.
Yeah, he did.
I'm on the main page. How do I get back to... Here we go. Let's see if I can see it. So appendage. Playing Tauros. Tauros. Gross.
Talk gross.
You have a major difference in yours, Scott? Is Tauros part of that major difference? I bet I know what Scott's is. I bet Scott's playing Artillery and no Shaman. I bet that'll be what Scott plays. Yeah, exactly, Arcanite. Lily is a saviour in terms of resource management a lot of the time, so that's awesome. Yeah, Scott's playing Artillery. Artillery is something that I'll try today. Oh, it's Tauros? Okay. Yeah, Tauros Ninja Boy. The only thing that annoys me about Tauros is Lapras stops itself attacking anyway. So, yeah, it makes Palkia really good. But it's annoying for the Lapras part when you go into that part of the game. And also it doesn't improve any specific matchup other than the fact that it gets KOs. Like, I feel this deck can already win 2-hit KO wars a lot of the time because you're rough seizing and moving. So I don't feel like Tauros is necessary to win those matchups, and I don't think it helps your other matchups. So I'm not sold on it. This is playing too many switch cards, though. Playing no range is a bit cheeky from me. I might still have free Palkia. Like, I know Tauros is good. Scott's main testing is against Rainbow Road, so he has to beat that every time. I might even put Parallel in here, to be honest, because I think this only, like, in 2-hit KO wars, I think this is good enough. But it's those other decks that you struggle with. Maybe wait till Pseudo Wudo comes out. Don't worry, Scott. Soon you won't have to worry about those sorts of decks anymore. Where's my extra slot going? It might just be second Lily or back to fourth Sycamore, to be honest.
Back to the office.
I haven't actually got 3 Lapras. That might be what I need to do. So we'll just keep the free Palkia.
It's a pretty good reason right there.
Yeah, Scott, I remember playing Parallel City in my old Aquabox. I played 1 of and 3 Cs. Because you're naturally giving them easy prizes with like Shaman and stuff. So I could see the same reasons why we played it in the old list going into the new one. But also that was because you faced a lot of mirror matches and it was really good against mirror because you get rid of your easy prizes and you hurt their damage output. So have I tested 3 Sycamore, 3 and 3 Lily? No. I've tried a lot of combinations of that sort of merit, but never 3 of each, I don't think. I think like 3-3-2 is often where I land. Mark's not happy about the 3-2 line of our Palkia-Lapras. This isn't the same as Virgin though. This is a Virizion that can also attack. Ah! It's a bad attacker, but it can attack. Oh, Mirror! Where's our parallel city now?
Wrecked.
Wrecked, boys. Three line will probably be standard draw engine after VS Seeker rotates. Well, we'll have to wait and see what else we get. Things like Hallow may start seeing play. You never know.
Hello. Things like Tapu Lele might start seeing play.
You could just play 4 Tapu Lele and like 1 N, 1 Sycamore, 1 Lily. Done. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Then the N, then the Sycamore. Easy.
We'll get to that conversation later.
Oh. It's on everyone's minds, that's why. If VS rotates, yeah. Pretty sure VS is rotating, unfortunately. But hey.
Are we excited for Anaheim? I'm definitely excited because it also maps out how it's going to turn out for Sheffield. So we need to...
I'm really paying attention to this weekend. Like, really paying attention. Usually with US streams, like, I try to pay attention after every round, but like, at least definitely this weekend, every round that I can watch, if they stream it, I'm going to watch. And if they don't, I'm going to be on Facebook all day, just hoping to find out what's popping.
What's popping, people? I doubt I'll be too surprised at actually what does well, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to be as Sun and Moon heavy as I maybe want it to be, but I don't mind that at all. I think that's fine. Oh, no stream for Anaheim. Okay, well, I'm just going to be scrolling Verbank and Hayfonte all day, trying to keep up with what's going on. Oh, did you say bandage? My bad.
Okay. Gutted. We'll have to be...
Sadly. Hey-ho.
Trawling the interwebs.
Mm.
The list memes will be coming out on Verbank, I'm sure.
Lysander would likely rotate. Yeah, I realised that today. It's likely we're potentially losing Lysander. But hey, what can we don't know any of this stuff yet. It's not worth speculating just yet too much. This guy's playing Gumshoes GX. Hello. Searching the premises.
So chance for an official? I don't know. You'll have to ask the people going.
Team OmniPoke, is it possible that we'll go to the North American Intercontinentals? I know Joe is definitely looking into it. It's unlikely for me, unless it's after I finish uni and somehow I have a lot of money. But I think you've kind of got it in the back of your mind, haven't you, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting on a date.
Just waiting
waiting on some information.
Yeah.
Hey ho.
Well, we play switching cards for these sorts of situations and we just whiff it anyway.
So this is wild speculation, but wild speculation is fun. Do you think Ultra Beast will have a different mechanic to GX's? I think so. Oh yeah, it's Epa. I didn't even realise it was you. Haha. Yeah, I feel like Ultra Beast, they're going to do something special with Ultra Beasts, just because there's only, what is there? Are there only 7 of them?
I can't remember.
I think there's only,
right?
yeah, there's not enough to make GXs like 3 Ultra Beast GXs in a set because they'll just run out of them.
I had a random thought today that the Tapus have no weakness, but maybe Ultra Beasts hit them specifically harder, something like that.
Possibly, I haven't. I feel like I don't know the lore enough to know whether that might be a thing. Is that a thing? I still haven't finished the game. I'm a bad Pokemon fan, guys. But yeah, they give 3 prizes instead of 1. Oh god.
Oh, they would have to be monsters.
Oh god. What do I want to do here?
Okay, he's racing.
Like a Bill, how you doing? We're not doing too bad ourselves, thank you. Maybe Lusamine will tie up in some kind of plasma style mechanic. Yeah, so okay, so there's only 7 Ultra Beasts. So I feel like they can't really, in my mind, they can't really do them as GXs because they'd run out too quickly unless they do like 1 Ultra Beast a set, and then that's just like dragging the mechanic on a long way. So I feel like we are going to see something different for Ultra Beasts. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
It's all speculation.
Who knows what the people over there are thinking? They've just made Tapu Lele. Have you seen that card?
Have you? It's mental.
They give you 1/2 prize instead of 1 prize. They have 10,000 HP but give 12 prizes.
Bravo. Wouldn't put it past them. When you KO this Pokemon, you win the game. That'd be mental.
Lunala gets real good. Recently got addicted to competitive TCG, so this stream is clutch. Oh, thank you, Slumdog. Yes, I have. My wallet also has, yeah. It's a card. Lele. Lele. I have like 5 Lapras, 3 secret, 1 locked FA, and 1 regular. Joe, I said I pulled that hyper rare Tauros at League last week. I pulled a gold Rotom Dex this week.
Ayo.
2 packs, 2 shiny things.
2 Beetles. I think the Fury Belt, if anything, is most impactful in the active. So it gets out of Blizzard Burn range. Attaching gives us the extra out of finding our Manaphy, but do I really want to put down Manaphy on this sort of board? I guess I have to eventually, right? So we'll do this and we'll still Sycamore this hand. Lily for 4 is not as strong as a Sycamore at this point, even though I love the memes. Ooh, Rope is really, really, really good here.
Oh, I think we've also just had a donation. I can't tell. I just got an email saying we had a donation.
Oh my goodness.
The idea of the Ultra Beasts being a bit like Plasma is interesting, like special energy or something that they need, but being OP if you invest in them. Yeah, I suppose Plasma had a cool mechanic, so when is Sun and Moon tournament legal? This Friday. I'm going to a league challenge this weekend. I'm debating between Volk or Lurantis Plume. From the last 2 tourneys I played with Lurantis, but Volk is the safer play. I love Volk for league challenges and stuff. I think it's a super consistent deck.
I think if I was playing Volk in Sun and Moon format, now that it's as much as it has good matchups, it also has a target on its head. So I think I'd have to play catcher build.
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable playing catcher build, then I'd go with Volk. Or just be mean and play Laurentis.
What would I play this weekend if I was going?
Why Articuno? I don't understand. Razak, how's it going, my friend?
Hello. I think I'd potentially play Decidueye this weekend just to get all my excitement out.
What? Why?
Because it's the only GX I've got. Four cards. 4-card discard. Lele.
Right, so we can heal 60 this turn if we choose to Olympia. That's a good number to heal.
4. Have you already talked about the best card in the world? No, we've got another 15 or so minutes before we want to
Why is it not letting me attack?
chat about.
Oh no, Beetle! Why? Game is broken. Game is broken. Oh great. Thanks PTCGO. Fix your game. How do I report this? Do you know how to report stuff?
I don't actually.
Being a bug.
Honest. No.
Lapras GX retreated. Lapras became the new active Pokemon. Bye then, cruel world. Okay, that's enough of Lapras for one day. If it doesn't work.
That's me done with the deck.
Jack, let's play some games.
I'm currently in a game.
Unbelievable.
Well, I can attack, dude. I'm not quitting this game. Got a mill deck and a baby Yveltal. It's brilliant.
Let's build Volt catchers for the team, for the crew.
One thing that Guy brought to stream was the fact he kept reading the chat. Hey, we read the chat.
Hey now. Yeah, Kirk will be on at some point, I'm sure. Third guy will be here one day again. Don't you worry. Third guy will be back. Guest dude, best dude. Fry Keenho, thanks so much for following.
Woo. Nice.
Where's my extra space? I've forgotten where my extra space is. Might even be this because we're so aggressive.
Dude, play 4 Lilies and 3 Illimas.
Bravo Boogie, how's it going?
Good evening. And a Shauna for good measure.
Oh god, challenge by Scott. Here we go. Here we bleed and go. Let's leave Volk to one side. So I'm going to Manchester for a Elite Cup this weekend, and my Sun and Moon cards haven't turned up yet. So I'm also having to plan a fully non-Sun and Moon deck, which is so depressing because everyone else is playing all the cool stuff, and I'm just like, hey.
You've got some Sun and Moon cards, haven't you?
Yeah, I do, but not enough to like make a proper archetype. I could play like Volk with one Nest Ball.
Seems good.
Triple Elixir turn 1. What's the meme of the day? Well,
Lele.
we're gonna have to wait and see.
Lelo. Why is no one considering Repel as a Lysander sub breakthrough on? It might be the best thing we have. More because I haven't really been thinking about rotation so far. Today's the first day I've thought about rotation in quite a while.
Rotation's so far away, I think it's not really worth looking at yet.
We've got a Hearthstone rotation first.
It's not worth looking at that yet either.
No, there's still 2 months till that. So Meowth is 50 for a DCE to something with damage counters.
That's very true.
Let me guess, you ordered from Troll and Toad. They all ship slow. We both did, and even my stuff hasn't come yet, and I ordered them like 3 weeks ago. Nah, it's taken 9 days so far for my stuff. So,
Yeah.
are you only good if you have gold Ultra Balls and play on a Spellground mat? Someone once told me that. That's what I've heard. You need a fully golden deck.
Missing an attachment is pretty sad. Draw 1 card for an attachment.
Search the premises. I've just been
Never.
searched the premises.
Never attachment. Let's pass. You having trouble with what Lorantis variant to play? What have you been testing out so far? Cut 4 Sycamore, add 4 Lily? No, I don't think that's the play. Oh, that is an awful turn for Scott. Shocker. Especially because I can do this. Professor Kakor.
Kaka.
I think from this point already it's very hard for us to lose the game. So that's cool.
I think Professor Kakor. I think I need new photos of Jack and Joe.
Oh, having to buddy to give me a Dragonite must feel so bad for Scott right now. It's why I'm a huge fan of Revive over buddy, in Persimmon specifically. Buddy, not really for Dragonite, but it's for the Garbodor lines that people play. Because Persimmon really doesn't appreciate Garb at all. So... Buddy giving me help is pretty lame.
Buddy.
Greetings from Finland. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining the stream today.
No.
Does Ed Sheeran play Pokemon? Multi-talented guy. I randomly was watching Bridget Jones's Baby the other day, and he does a cameo in that film. It's great. He can do everything, that boy.
Pretty talented.
Greetings from the internet. Thanks, Druid Pack.
Oh, 3 cards left in deck, and I needed to hit a VS Seeker, and there's 2 VS Seekers, and I didn't hit a VS Seeker.
66%. Couldn't even attack me. Feels so bad, man. I can even hex him next turn if I want. Just to be even more rude. Oops, don't want that. I want that.
Oh wait, this is still Epa, isn't it? I completely forgot.
Still
well,
him.
I missed my VS Seeker Epa. Damn it. Uh-oh. That's a hammer. Oh no. Don't have VS? Ultra of the Sun, Fire and... yeah. We've had 3 new stadiums. Oh. GG, buddy.
Oh boy, the hex chain is on today. Oh.
That was an interesting matchup, actually, Epa.
What were you playing?
Umbreon.
Against?
Hounded Mill.
Nice.
Whoa, I just got 400 coins for winning that game. What?
Big win.
It got down to, I was down to 1 card.
Oh. Better get those DCs quick.
67 viewers right now.
Good stuff.
Make sure you all say hi, guys. Dexter, yes, I have seen your message. We'll have a look at that next time we're offline. It's going to be unlikely that we're able to amend that right now. But yeah, thank you for making us aware. Hello, gentlemen.
How's it going, everyone? Oh, all the highs are in here.
Hype train. High train.
High train. Get hyper.
Oh. Joe's just got to finish this game against Scott, and then we'll have a look at some new cards, I think.
Yeah.
It's Appendage, that one who makes Lunala a monster. That was the one I wasn't sure about. Eighth Paradise Conservation Area is the most underwhelming of all the stadiums, in my opinion. What? Oh.
What's underwhelming? Sorry?
Eighth of Paradise.
Is that the grass thingamajiggy?
Grass lightning one.
It's a good card.
So many talking points. What's your opinions on the Dark Dragon Solgaleo running around? Also loving the Sun and Moon stuff. Thank you very much. I haven't actually looked into the Dark Dragon Solgaleo deck. I've heard about it, but I haven't really tested it or looked at a list or anything. But it seems like a cool idea, and I've always said like Solgaleo is one of my favorite cards from this set, and one day I'll make it good. So
yeah. When it works, it's absurd. It's just how often you can get turn 2 Soul Burst. Like if you do, from then on Darkrai annihilates stuff, and then Solgaleo annihilates more stuff. So like when it comes off, it's a maze, but it's just how often you can actually get that working.
Yeah. What decks would you use it in, Joe? We're gonna the thing I'm thinking of it with the most is one of the new cards that was revealed today or in the past week or so. Tapu Bulu, but we'll get to it all. Oops, I missed red for some reason. I went Bronzong Solgaleo is brutal. I can't wait to try that deck.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get Solgaleos because I'm waiting for the tin, but I wish I had, just because. Oh. Mind you, Toad Decidueye seems pretty good as well.
Pretty good.
I haven't really been thinking about Expander too much. I've just seen all the people talking about Solgaleo Bronzong and been like, yeah, I want to play that.
Yes, that's happening.
I can confirm I will be playing this deck.
Oh, don't lag on me, game. Don't make me lose twice in a row, game. Oh dear. Oh dear. We've got a flying Dragonite. Oh, there he is. Okay. Cool. the beetling subsided momentarily.
Oh, we've got an Ancient Origins pack to open. Kapow.
Right, try and hit Rattata. That would be really good right now.
Oh, full art Mega Sceptile. From one random pack. I'll take it. Oh, I've got an Evolutions pack as well.
Does anyone have a video on those expanded Sun and Moon options like Solgaleo, Bronzong? We've not dipped our toe in the old expanded format for a little while. So currently we don't have that on the channel, but it should be something that we should do fairly soon.
Is there interest for expanded? Potentially. Thoughts on Lurantis Mega Beedrill? I know Donald made a video for it. I just really like Plume. I think Plume is really good. James B, can you show off the Guardy list?
Yep, I'll show off my Guardy after this.
Why does everyone think Decidueye is going to be so good when it's average at best and Lurantis Box does so much better? I actually think the hype around Decidueye has kind of died over the past week.
I want to bring it back. Bring the hype back.
I mean, I still think it's good. I just...
Still trying to figure it out.
I'm trying not to get tunnel vision with it, is the biggest thing for me. So this week I've actively tried not to play it. Just because I don't want to put myself in a situation where it's the only deck I've tested for Sheffield and it turns out it's not that great, but it's the only deck I feel confident with. So, like, it's not like I've kind of gone off of it. It's just that I want to have a wide variety of choices. Pokebeach seems to have Pokemon in the new stuff called Pikapoop.
Yeah, they called Pikachu
I did see
Pikapoop.
that. Yeah, have you seen the art of it? It's a
Yeah.
fat little poop.
So dumb.
Gen 2 is coming to Pokemon Go. If anyone's still playing that, I saw that and I looked at it and thought maybe there's a Pokestop inside one of my lecture theatres. So the times I've been tempted to just try it, just pop the phone out every 5 minutes, grab a few Pokeballs, grab a few berries. But no, I've kind of stopped playing that game. Gen 2 might bring me back in a little bit, but I don't think it'll be for long.
Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to try and play the game.
I just want to find a Houndoom. That's all I'm looking for. Then I'm done with that game. My local expander says I find good ideas for it. Don't play the obvious expanded decks either. Sure. Make something fun like Executor or Decidueye. Lurantis is not better than the Owlman, not in any way. Executor Plume. I'd rather play Mushidinja. I'm going to make Executor Decidueye right now. Expanded seems like a really interesting format. I don't know whether it's one that I would like to get into or I'm kind of happy I'm able to stay away from a little bit.
4 tracks, thanks so much for the follow. Cheers for the game, Scott. It's a very hard matchup for you. Well drawn. Cheers. I don't think it's a bad matchup for you, to be honest.
What do you think of Glacial Hammers?
You went 9-1 with it? That's impressive. I mean, I'm really liking Tauros Hammers, so I don't see why something like... I know that Regice Glaceon Hammers also top 8'd a regional in Dortmund and also did okay, I believe, in a few other American events. I don't think it got quite as high as top 8, but I think it top 32 at 1 or 2 other American events. So the archetype's definitely there. I think going forward, either you add Tauros into Glaceon or it just evolves into straight Tauros. Would I ever play Guardy Executor? I don't think so. I think you can get more dirty synergies going than Guardy Eggs. Maybe just Guardy Execute, right? Where you cycle just for damage.
Mm.
So yeah.
What do I study at university? Maths.
Maths.
First year undergrad maths student.
Shocker.
Got my results yesterday. Smashed it.
Passed.
I didn't fail,
Well
so
done.
it was not in vain.
Well done. Right, let me. If anyone has questions on that Guardy list, shoot away. But I'll quickly get Poker Beach set up.
Yeah.
With all these new scans, and we'll start looking at them. So yeah, if I'm going to where am I going? I'm going to Manchester. If my Sun and Moon cards don't come in, or I can't borrow cards from people, which I'll also be trying to do,
Good guys.
I'll probably just play this Guardy list. Last weekend I played Guardy at 2 different League Cups.
Is this a story you want to tell, or
I went 2-3 and 3-2 both days, but I mean, I played against some weird decks. Like I played a Sizzle round 1, then I played a Ray, then I also lost to like a fairly new player playing Auxiliary Zygarde, who I dead drew, and he hit the nuts. His first attachments were 4 strong energies. And I just like, he completely undid every bit of damage I did to him throughout the entire game. So it wasn't only a 6-0, it was a 6-0 where I dealt a net 0 damage. So for some reason I'm still going back to Guardy. I probably shouldn't, but yeah. Strengthening expansion.
okay? So we've got a couple of questions. Why the Skylar /2 hex /no escape? There is one escape rope, but yeah, why are you using Skylar and 2 hex at the moment?
Double hex, because hex is really strong against the Volcanians, which I would expect a lot of in Sun and Moon format. Also, it helps you keep up with Decidueye, if that is going to be a thing. I wouldn't expect too many of them if I was going this weekend, but that's still a concern to be aware of. And also, it's your only win condition against the likes of Rayquaza and stuff. It's literally your only win condition. It's literally like a 3% win condition, but it's the only one that you have to play into. Oh, Team Cake channel is now subbed. Thanks so much, guys. It's been a while. But thanks anyway. I know that some of you individually have been joining the stream, but yeah.
We've got the official channel now.
Yeah. The Skylar is nice because it just grabs the pieces. On turn 1, it can be Ultra Ball. It can also be Spirit Link, or the 1-off Switch, or the 1-off Rope. That's why we play a 1-1 split right now, because we're playing Skylar. We like having 1-1 split because we can dig for the right situation. This list is a full Despair list. Choosing to play Elixirs right now because at the weekend I was playing Mega Turbos, and I was playing 2 Mega Turbo, 2 Fairy Drop, and I was also playing like -2 energy plus some more speed cards, like 4th Mail I think. But I was having a lot of jank in my hands a lot of the time. I was sat on Fairy Drops, sat on Mega Turbos, and it meant that I was only shamaning for 2 or 3 cards each time. So it was actually really weak. And Max Elixir is just the insta-play card. So even if you're not hitting it super consistently, because you're dropping your hand size lower, you're drawing more cards from Shaman, so hopefully you can hit them more often. So yeah. It wasn't originally my idea, it was... Reese Williams has been playing it for a few months now, I think. Did well with it. And
Played
also...
it in Liverpool.
Yeah. And then this weekend I also played a mirror match where I lost, and the opponent was playing Max Elixir, and it just showed that I was sat on clunky hands and he was motoring through, and his shamans were drawing him 5 at a time, whereas mine was drawing me 2 or 3, so it was natural that I wasn't going to do too well there. So yeah.
Okay. Are the scans set up?
Yes, the scans are set up. So let's make sure this is... Which one should we start with? Should we start with Strengthening Expansion or the new stuff?
We'll start with Strengthening... just because I've got it open, we'll start with Strengthening Expansion.
Okay.
I'll try and keep an eye on the chat as well. So we'll talk about the cards, and then if there's any questions in the chat, we'll try and answer as many as we can. Don't want to dwell on all of this stuff for like the rest of the stream, but we will try and answer all of your guys' questions.
So first of all, shout out to Poke Beach. They're the ones with all the scans and stuff. Head over there if you need them. So we first of all, for the new cards, there's the new non-GX Lurantis, which is worth mentioning. It's got the Sunny Day ability, meaning that each of your grass and fire Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active.
Nice ability.
Yeah.
I think this is easily slotted into Lurantis Plume or other Lurantis builds.
I think it doesn't go into Lurantis Plume just because you cycle heavy and you discard a lot. Maybe if you're playing Shiinotic, it makes sense to play the one-off because you can dig it out.
Yeah, true.
But in all the other Lurantis builds, it's a math fixer, which I think is really important.
There's so many awkward numbers with like it's such a good card. The only downside it has is it can't consistently two-shot things because it does 160.
I started talking to a few friends about Lurantis and Expanded, and having access to Muscle Band and Silver Bangle makes it such an appealing card. And this is essentially the same thing, but in a Pokemon that you can recycle already. Revitalizer, you're already playing Heavy Fomantis.
Yeah, it's the same line.
And obviously they don't have the same name, so you can potentially play lots of Lurantis and lots of Lurantis GX.
But, I'm going to say 4GX and still one of these guys or whatever.
You're limited, obviously, to the Fomantises that you have, so I don't think you ever play more than like 2 of this guy at the highest, but it's a really cool math fixer.
Razak says he thinks it sees 0 play.
I don't think it sees 0 play. I think it's a one-off that goes into straight Lurantis, if straight Lurantis is an archetype.
I think it's always a card that I put in straight Lurantis if it is an archetype. I don't think it's because the card's bad that it won't see any play. I think it will be determined as to whether straight Lurantis is a
defined
good, is a good. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then. What else have we got to look at?
That's another good point.
Is a cool one. Go on, Jack.
Just the fact that it's non-EX as well, or not a 2-prize attacker, so it means that you've got a 1-prize attacker as well. But yeah, anyway. Oricorio. That as well, Incineroar.
Yeah.
Does it push the deck into playability?
Probably not. I don't think it makes Incineroar a good enough deck to play. It is a card that makes Incineroar like better, I guess. Gives you more bench sitters. It's only a 1 retreat Pokemon, which makes it better than like just Baby Volk in general, I think. Its second attack isn't even terrible either. For an extra fire, you do 13 discard energy to both itself and the opponent's active. Sometimes that can be favourable for you.
I think when it comes out, I'm definitely going to revisit Incineroar with this guy, but I'm not personally sure whether it pushes it over yet.
No, I don't think it pushes it anywhere over because it's still a clunky stage 2 deck.
Yeah.
It just happens to be a good lead for that deck. I don't think you ever play it in Volcanion because Baby Volk is too good and I think Turtonator's better. So.
And you've got Hooper for searching out your Volks anyway, so you want to be Hoopering and then.
Yeah, and even when Hooper goes, I don't think this gets in the list. I think you just play heavy Nest Ball.
Yeah. I feel like Nest Ball is usually because more than anything, just because of how strong Baby Volk is, you don't want to be wasting your first attack doing this. Anyway.
Right, is Politoed worth talking about? I think it had a fun mechanic at least. For a water
kind of like
deck for Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, and put them immediately to bench. We don't have very playable Poliwag, Wells, or Wraths.
I have a Wrath somewhere nearby. I know it's not great.
I know they're not super playable. And this is a stage 2 deck that also has to play thicker lines, so never more than a gimmick. We can
again, it feels like round or something like that. It's just a fun deck that sometimes will pull off a turn 2 roll call and you'll end up with a wall of Poliwraths. But yeah.
Alright, Vikavolt GX.
Okay. I think this is quite a good card. I think its first attack. Well, okay. Bearing in mind the format we're in at the moment, it's probably not. I don't think it's where it wants to be at the moment. Especially as we've seen a new lightning type that is, I think, just better than this. But bear it like putting that aside. I think this is a pretty good card.
Okay.
1 for 50 isn't bad at all. Like, and you're attaching to yourself. Like a dead set 180 for like 3 colorless and 1 lightning. So you attach your lightning, use the first attack to attach an energy, and then you can just DC it up to this, or you can DC it up to the GX attack. The GX attack, like, I just see a wide lens on this guy and just killing shamans.
4 prize turns galore.
The big thing is we've had a lot of things that have seemed like they could just be shaman killers, and we've never had a shaman killer deck. So I have to question whether...
Well, where I think that differs is, I think, so after charge beaming, you use the GX attack before Super Zap Cannon, because then putting the 60 on other GX Pokemon pushes even 240 HP things in range. So
yeah, that's true.
It's a math fixer as well as dealing with low HP Pokemon and or shamans that are on the bench. So
this chat is going mental.
Its attacks are good. It's just the fact that it's still a stage 2, even with the other Vika Volt that you can play to accelerate this guy. I never see you setting up more than 1 Vika Volt GX, to be honest, and I don't think it's good enough to win the game on its own back.
No. Okay, right. Let me try and catch up with the chat.
Go
on. Scorched Earth with Turtonator. We'll talk about Turtonator in a little bit. This guy. Okay, so Razak says this guy has potential, and considering he didn't like Lurantis, I don't think this is better than Lurantis. Like, you think this has more potential than Lurantis? I disagree. I think because this is still a stage 2, and whilst we don't have a grass charger bug, that's still like genuinely a stage 2. I guess a stage 1 potentially, but still, I don't know. I don't think it's trash, but I don't think it's. I like it, but I don't think it's better than Lurantis. But yeah, okay. Does
I like
it go
its
well
numbers a lot. It's just
yeah. I like the fact that it kills an EX. It just does that. One of its attacks just kills an EX. That's cool. It means that you're not worried about. Oh, I have to find my not muscle band, choice band, or whatever. No, just
gotta find your wide lens.
Yeah. In his muscle band, we got wide lens.
Can we move on from this guy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't have much to.
This is the worst of the Oricorio. It's not worth talking about. This is a good Oricorio. Pau, I guess. This is a really cool one. It has the ability Vital Dance, which is the effect of Professor's Letter when you put it directly to bench. So, or from hand to bench, not directly to bench. So, this is a very helpful card. I think we'll be talking about Turtonator in a moment. This could be one of the tools that we will use to get fire energies into the hand, to then use for Turtonator. Additionally, it could easily be a one-of in Mega Gardevoir. I have played Letter in Guardy. It's one of the reasons why I have played Skylar in Guardy in 2 counts, because just hitting energy is so important. And now that we have Oricorio that can be recycled just like Rattata to find basic energy, I think it potentially becomes a one-of in Guardy. I don't think it naturally. I think it naturally fits, but I don't know if it actually fits in the 60 cards. Especially right now, I'm on Elixir build, so you're naturally playing more Fairy in the first place. But maybe that allows you back to go down to a thinner count of energy, because you can search it out in so many better ways. I think it can fit into other decks as well, so I just think it's a really decent card.
Yeah, I think it's just a pretty good card. I don't have much else to say. I think Kagadi is, again, one of the things that I just see it fitting in. It's just a case of whether you can find a slot to give up to having this guy, but it feels like just another of those Rattatas or Horluchas or Absols that you can just throw in, and it's useful to you.
Yep. Okay. The other Psychic Oricorio has 2 attacks. The first is for a colorless, putting for each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, place a counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. So in Expanded, this card is absolutely nuts for Night March, and even to an extent Vespiquen lists. it's a very good, efficient attacker. And even if you're playing against Night March, you can play this and attack for 0 energy because they play D-Valley for you. So that is just gross. It's a really good one-of for Night March. I think Night March just basically goes in the bin. I know that we saw a Japanese tier list, and they're playing XY on, and Night March was very low on that
tier
list.
3, which was.
I think this is a huge reason why.
That was. I'm going to say that was the biggest question for me. Where is Night March right now for any Americans that have played Expanded or anyone that has played Expanded like recently? Where is Night March sitting in terms of playability and stuff?
Pre or Ikorio, it's tier 2 only. I don't think it's like destroying Expanded at all.
I just feel like it hasn't really been talked about for a long time. Like I haven't seen any League Cups that it's won or anything like that. Maybe I just haven't seen them. Maybe there have been them, but like I feel like.
Well, the deck can lose by leading Joltik and getting laser banked. It can lose to a lot of like item lockers. Trev is obviously one of the biggest decks, so Night March just loses Trev. So
yeah,
it's never higher than tier 2 anyway. But this is just hilarious for it.
Okay, Forbon is this is a good question. Not many people are playing Karen, so how many people do you think are likely to play this? Because Karen feels similar.
I don't think many decks have to play this. Only ones that otherwise lose to Night March or Vespiquen builds.
Yeah, I feel this is a different counter to Karen. Like Karen is a different card. Yes, it beats Night March, but I think it's such a different card. It's not your supporter for the turn. It's not like putting your Pokemon back in can actually sometimes disrupt you as well. So it's not like that. It's just having this one card that just deals with a matchup. So I feel whilst Karen may not be seeing that much play, I don't know whether it is or not, but in general, like whilst that may be a fair like initial comparison to draw, I feel like they're too different in the way they counter the deck.
Okay. Toxapex GX with the cool artwork. It's got 3 attacks. The first is for a Psychic. Does 30 times the number of heads, flipping 4 coins. So up to 120 turn 2, which is pretty jokes. Averaging out at 60 for 1, which is efficient, even on a stage 1. 210 HP is really good. Weakness Psychic is somewhat of an issue. I know Espeon GX isn't huge right now. Guardi's not huge. So it's not too horrible. Its regular attack for 3 Psychics is called Ultra Toxic Poison. The opponent's active is now poison. Put 10 counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon between turns. 10 counters is a lot. So think of it as turn 1 you deal 100 and you force a switch card or a PCL or an Olympia, because otherwise going back into your turn is 200. Yeah,
that's the thing that I see in this card, and I think a lot of the comments that I've seen in the chat so far is this card is expensive, and yes, it is. And I don't think it's great until we get either the format slows down to the point where you can actively get this attack working, or we get some form of acceleration for it. But I think the biggest thing is it's not 3 for 100, it's 3 for 100 and force a switch.
Yeah, forcing those cards are really annoying.
I think the biggest thing is I think a lot of people are sleeping on the forced switch.
Yeah, and the fact that a lot of the time right now people prefer Rope to any other card, and you don't mind a Rope because it protects your main attacker.
Gets you out of the way.
Yeah, and you can even play the non-GX Toxapex for if they retreat into a new Pokemon, that also becomes poisoned. Obviously, it's
10,
not
10 damage.
I don't think it is 10 counters because the Pokemon itself has changed, but it just
it's not,
gives
but it's
you
just
extra counters.
What I was thinking was just how 200 sometimes isn't enough, but 210 is, or 110 or whatever. So that 10 damage can be relevant as well. I'm not saying it's going to be insane, but I think a lot of people have just sold this card up the river just because it's 3 energy.
I think people are going to definitely build it. It's just I'm skeptical that it will work because of a lack of Excel, but it's going to be one of these decks where you're head slapping when you have to play against it.
There's just nothing you can do sometimes. Like
it's going to be lame. Okay, its GX attack is for the same attack cost, which is a good thing.
Hmm.
150, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. So, with the poison mechanic, that's super lame. Forces Ranger or Lysander attack something else, which again protects your main attacker, protects your energy, which is all good stuff. So in terms of keeping your main attacker around, it's really good. But at the same time, it's the same attack cost as your other thing. So normally, you're just firing off ultra toxic poisons a lot of the time, unless you're doing a Lysander KO and give yourself immunity. I think that's where that's seen most play.
Yeah. I feel like this is the follow-up attack to someone finding that switch card for Ultra Toxic.
Yeah, definitely. Because then it hits to the 250 mark, which is what we need on everything.
What format are we in right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Clunky, but we can try it out.
Yeah, I don't think it's insane. Just, I think it will be a deck at some point.
Alright, New Lunala. It's a psychic type weak to dark, which is the first thing that we have to note. Cards that are weak to dark have to be very good to be worth considering. I know this archetype is fairly big in Japan, but that's because the dark archetypes are no way as big as they will be in our standard, because they still have Toad to play around with. So right now, I don't see any new cards from the new sets that makes me think dark won't be a good archetype, which makes this a lot less tanky. And the way this deck tries to function is by tanking with the Lunala GX. So I'm skeptical this will work, although the combo is sick. Its attacks are really, really, really good, but it's just facing dark is a problem. For a Psychic Energy, you do 40 times the number of Psychic attached to this guy. Obviously, with the GX, we can move Psychics around and manipulate it. And then its best attack for 3 Psychics is 130, and you move all energy attached to this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like. So it's 130 for 3, but you protect those 3 energies because you're moving them all around. So that's... yeah, it's just a really efficient attack. The combo is amazing with the GX. But the fact that the entire deck will be weak to dark, and it will be 2 stage 2s again, I just don't think it will work too well.
Yeah, I think this is a card that gets so much better in a Sun and Moon on format. But right now, dark is way too prevalent.
Okay. Sudowoodo, the hero that we all deserve. I'm so happy this card's being released. Blocking Path is the ability. When this Pokemon's in play, your opponent can only have 4 Pokemon on their bench. If the opponent has 5 or more bench Pokemon, they must discard Pokemon until they have 4 left. If there are any other effects in play restricting the number of your opponent's Pokemon, the effect restricting the most number of bench Pokemon has the priority. So, for example, if you put Sudowoodo down and they've already got a parallel on them, it does not mean that they can add an extra Pokemon to their bench. So 4's the limit when you put Sudowoodo down. That's really good. For decks like Mega Gardevoir, which currently have no answer to Rayquaza or Rainbow Force, it becomes an instantly awesome one-of that changes that matchup 100%. So good. A lot of decks, basically any deck that can't afford to play Parallel City, can just play Sudowoodo now, and Rainbow Force and Ray, I think, die a death as long as this card sees play.
I think this kills them? Okay, that's interesting. I think it's insanely good in those matchups. Just to clear up something in the comments quickly, you do have to move all the energy from Lunala, it's not a choice. So yeah, I know that's a discussion going on at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I think this is a huge Rainbow Force and Ray counter, and I just laugh at this card. Like,
to be fair, I think it's more so the case that it's Ray dying, because Rainbow Force with a 4 bench can actually still deal 200 with Galvantula, Volcanion, and a Fury Belt on. So it's still, it's not owning Rainbow Force, unfortunately. But at least Ray goes away.
Yeah.
As long as this card sees play, which I think it'll only see play in the decks that fear Rayquaza a lot, and that would be Guardy.
Yeah, definitely. It's like along with the whole argument about the Oricorio and like all of these other one-offs, you can just throw this as a one-off that you just sit on the bench and it ups your damage output because you can get rid of your other Pokemon and still disrupt your opponent.
Yeah, because like if they Lysander KO it, they're taking a single prize, and Guardy plays Dragonite anyway to recycle, so you're just laughing. And if they Hex, they can't like Dragonite or Hooper or Shaman to fill their bench because they're not drawing cards anymore. So yeah, it's just horrible for Ray players, right? What else have we got here? Absol?
I think Absol was the next card.
Absol. Gross. Such an annoying card.
Uh-oh.
The Serena combo card is here. Future Sight for a Dark looks at the top 4 cards of either player's deck and returns them to the top of the deck in any order. So imagine you're Serena locking your opponent, and this is in your active. You can make sure they don't top deck their way out of it unless they have 4 cards that all get them immediately out of a dead hand. So that's excellent for you. And then going into the next turn, you can use Doom News for a Dark Colourless, returning all energy cards attached to this Pokemon to your hand, and your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out at the end of your opponent's next turn. So again, with Serena taking away the cards that are the outs to this effective attack, i.e. a switch card or energy to retreat, and to support us in general, this is really, really gross to play against.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, what do you even do against that? Like,
as long as you get into your Serena cycle, it is very difficult to play around that sort of...
Well, there isn't any playing around it. Like, they're playing the game for you.
Yeah.
They're looking at the cards you're drawing, they're looking at your hand and discarding what you want.
It's complete control, really.
Yeah, so this could be interesting. I'm not sold on whether the Serena deck's gonna be good yet, but I think it gets a lot better.
Gross. Absolutely gross. Baby Solgaleo. It's a stage 2 that has 160 HP again. For Metal Colourless, it snipes 50 anywhere. 50 is not a great number to snipe right now because Power Creep has put most basic Pokemon to 60 at least. And 50 is just shy of 2-hit KOing Shamans as well, so not the best of snipes. And then its attack for an extra metal energy does 170, and it can't use that attack next turn. It's an okay damage output. 170 is not the number we need to hit anymore, unfortunately. So,
if this card was out like a year ago, that'd be a relevant number, but now
it's not a relevant number. It's a lot of commitment to a non-EX Pokemon that is fairly easily knocked out. So I think underwhelming for sure, even with Solgaleo GX's acceleration. Underwhelming.
Yeah, I first saw this card and I thought, okay, this could be pretty good, but the more I think about it, the more I think you just want to play quad like Solgaleo GX. The attack's just better. It outright just knocks something out. The 50 snipe I think is rarely relevant. And the 170 for 3, yeah, that's a really good number for 3 energy, but like with the GX, you're doing 230 instead. So I think the GX is just better.
Oh baby, it's the big one, the big Sylveon GX.
EVs just keep getting more love.
Really cool card, this Sylveon. So for a Fairy Energy, search your deck to put up to 3 cards and put them into your hand. That is absolutely gross. Bear in mind we have Evolution, EV still. So going second on your first turn of the game, you can insta-search 3 cards. You can get yourself into guaranteed DCE for next turn. You can get into more EVs. You can get into tech supporters. You can get into your other evolutions for the right type that you need to hit against. That's a really gross effect.
This card, man.
It's a very, very strong effect. It forces ends, obviously. But it's just an excellent first attack. Fairy Wind for Fairy double colourless does a base of 110 just on its own.
Fantastic number. That kills a Shaman right there.
110's a Shaman KO. It's 2-hitting most GXs. Of course, Choice Band is something we'll talk about in a moment. So
with
easily...
other with other evolutions as well, that's one-shotting
Yes.
everything.
So if you've got abilities, you can one bop for water weakness, fire weakness, lightning weakness, fairy weakness as well for any dragons wandering around in the format.
This card is nuts.
So that's really good. And then the GX attack. Oh my days. This is a really good GX. Like we always say that GX attacks are meant to be game-changing moments in games, and this really is a game-changing moment when you announce Pierce GX. Pick 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon and return those Pokemon and all cards attached to them to their hand. So anything trying to charge up, anything elixiring, anything just you've attached like you put your opponent behind on attachments just like an Umbreon GX would, but you also get the benefit of picking up evolution Pokemon. I know the main evolution decks right now are grass, but even like bouncing the stadium and doing that, because Magical Ribbon can search out your counter stadium and search out these other things, you can always make life difficult for your opponent. Combining it with Lysander can pick up their main attacker at the same time. It's such a huge tempo swing, I feel. It's so huge.
It's insane. I just think it's an incredibly good attack. I think
I can't think of any deck that would happily take that effect. You know what I mean? Like there's no deck that doesn't mind that happening.
Yeah, it's like, oh okay, I'll just end it all. No, that's a big thing. And the other thing is, like, because it's benched Pokemon, you can Lysander and then get their main attacker as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Like, the only thing I can think of is, like, a heavy Tauros list. That's just like, cool, I'll pick up my DC and put it back down next turn. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think Tauros is, like, one of the only checks to Sylveon.
Oh my, it can make you pick up Garbodor.
It can make you pick up Garb.
My. That's a free turn of abilities.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for that matchup. But anyway,
I guess.
Anyway, it can if you're playing it against other decks. Like having resist on dark as well. Like so good.
Metal is like weakness. Metal isn't that popular right now.
And like the main metal deck is a stage 2, so you just like put those Cosmogs back in your hand, bro.
Oh, you wasted rare candies on those. Oh, you already want to one Cosmo them. Oh.
Nice Soul Burst. Get up in that hand. Oh man, Turtonator would be so sad against this. We'll get onto that in a minute. Anyway, Sylveon is such a damn threat. It's really good.
Sylveon is mad.
Okay, let's look at Drampa next. Drampa's actually an impressive card in my opinion. For a single colorless, this is my favorite attack of all of them. It does 20 damage and just discards a special attached to the opponent's active. So it's like Cobalion EX, but it's a colorless energy this time. So even more splashable than Cobalion used to be. Cobalion did see a lot of play. Similar to Jirachi Promo, but without the immunity. But this guy's tankier, and he also has a good second attack, which is Berserk for 3 colorless energy. Does 80. And if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this does an additional 70 damage. I think Drampa instantly goes into my Tauros Hammers Garb list.
Yeah, I can see that definitely. I think 150 for 3 is a good number when paired with Choice Band and stuff like that. It's hitting 180, which is hitting GXs and EXs for a knockout sometimes. And yeah, just the first attack being disruption as well is really, really nice. Means that yes, you have to commit these energy and DCE, but if you're putting your opponent behind a turn as well, it's not as bad having to physically attach 2 energy cards to be able to use Berserk. And then you've got access to Max Elixir anyway, so like you can really abuse how quick you can get out this Drampa.
Mm-hmm. I think it goes in the heavy Tapu Lele deck as well, as like a 1 or 2 of. Great
Tapu
Revolution.
Lele, what's that card?
Great Revolution GX shuffles your hand into your deck and you draw 10. You're super sad if you're using this attack.
I don't like this at all.
If you are literally dead next turn, use it to get a free hand. Hand.
I think like when this was first released, I thought, okay, maybe this is kind of a pseudo shaming, but it's really not. But now we've got Lele. I think you very rarely want to use this attack.
Yeah, very, very niche. Only ever
think
to save your life, literally.
I think you play. Yeah, I think you play this as an EX, not a GX.
Yeah. Alright, multi-switch is a cool little card. Move an energy from one of your bench to your active Pokemon. Only stating energy means that you can get special energy, so it's more niche than energy switch in terms of where you can go. You can go from bench to active, but you get more energy out of it. You can now move DCE or DDE.
Yeah.
So it's strong in that aspect. But typically I don't think we ever make space for this card.
I don't think there's a energy switch. There's a particularly good energy switch deck right now, and usually the ones that are good are ones that abuse Max Elixir as well. So energy switch is usually fine compared to multi switch. So I think the card's really interesting, and I'm sure there will be a deck that can kind of abuse it, but I don't think it's particularly good right now.
Okay, Choice Band, big card from the set. It is a game changer for a lot of different archetypes.
Yeah.
The Pokemon this card is attached to does 30 more damage to your opponent's active EX Pokemon and GX Pokemon. And this can be attached to any Pokemon. So it's effectively Silver Bangle that can also attack GXs, and it can be put on anything. So it's a universal plus 30. So Muscle Band is plus 20 that can go on to any single Pokemon. This is just GX and EX, but it's 10 more damage. And let's be honest, GXs and EXs do dominate the format a lot of the time. And that's such a big buff of damage.
Yeah.
Are there decks that you immediately think, right, this deck needs this plus 30 now? Or do you think it do you think it always goes in over Fury Belt or not?
No. I think there's some more tankier builds. Like cards that want to tank, there's going to be one that we talk about in a little bit. I think Fury Belt is better.
Okay.
I know I don't in any way see this as a better card. I just see it as a different use.
Yeah.
Going to the question of is there anything that just immediately needs it? I don't see it as that kind of card. I just think it's just in anything. It can just be put in anything, and it can just always see that plus 30 is just insane. Just nuts.
Like what we were saying earlier though with Lurantis, I think Lurantis can really improve with Choice Band.
Yeah.
By playing Choice Band and having one of the new abilities on the bench. Oh my god, that's so good.
That's 90 for
its first attack, it's
for
great.
one.
For its second attack, it's great as well. It's such a good fixer. Such a good fixer. It even makes its GX attack like efficient and good.
Yeah, between the Baby Lurantis and a Choice Band, that's one extra energy.
Yeah, literally. It's absurd. I
think this is a good card.
It also really helps non-EX decks keep up damage-wise.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Persimmon loves this card.
Persimmon Kukui can now get to 170, which is filth.
For a DCE. GEG.
Yeah, I think Choice Band will find its way into a lot of decks. A lot of people are hyping Greninja as like coming back with Choice Band. I'm not sold on that idea.
One that needs
you still can't deal with Garb, and like I'm saying, I think Lurantis improves exponentially with Choice Band, so that's worrying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gyarados can use 2 of these.
Gyarados can get a plus 60
oh
from
my
it,
god,
which is pretty gross. As can Entei.
Okay. Ultra of the Moon and Ultra of the Sun.
Ultra of the Moon. All Pokemon with Psychic or Dark Energy attached have 2 less retreat cost. There's a few good Dark and Psychic Pokemon around. Umbreon as a strafe deck can benefit from this for some nice freedom of movement, as can Espeon really. I think Tapu Lele might use this.
Yeah.
Potentially even Yveltal variants. I think typically, or Darkrai Turbo Dark variants. I know they're currently heavy on Floatstone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I really like this for those.
So being able to play like 3 Fury Belt or even 4 Fury Belt now, or like
Choice
a
band.
split of Choice Band as well, you can just focus more heavily on this stadium instead and still have that nice freedom of movement, so that you can Ninja Boy into your Tauroses later, pretty much.
Yeah.
So this stadium immediately sees quite a bit of play. In general, just in terms of like the power level of this card, it's Fairy Garden basically a lot of the time. I know it's only 2 less retreat cost, but it's rare that there are many Pokemon with a retreat cost higher than that. So it almost reads the same as Fairy Garden, but it's 2 times the amount of potential it has because it's 2 different types in the format. So seeing as though Fairy Garden saw a lot of play throughout its time, I think this will see potentially twice as much. You can almost, in the most basic way possible, that makes sense, but obviously it won't see twice as much play. But
yeah, I know what you mean though. Like it's a good enough card to see play, like in the same vein that Fairy Garden has. Ultra of the Sun. A lot of people, it seems in the chat, think this is quite a good card. Someone said it's an auto including Volcanion. I've never liked the weakness stadiums, personally.
I really don't rate this card at all. Just how we were comparing Ultra of the Moon to Fairy Garden, you can instantly compare this to like Shadow Circle. And Shadow Circle sucks. Shadow Circle really sucked. It's never played. Stadium Wars are such a thing right now. There's never an archetype not playing Stadium, I think. So just the fact that it just goes, ha, I bounced it, I still win. I think like it's not enough. It's not a hard enough counter to your weak point.
Yeah.
That it's just an extra. It's just an extra piece that they have to find.
I get that weakness is a huge deal right now, but I think yeah, like you say, I think it gets bounced too often. I think it's like it doesn't really do anything. This is the other thing. It doesn't really do anything.
Metal Pokemon still don't necessarily beat Volcanion if they aren't getting hit for weakness. Like Solgaleo still has a difficult matchup against Volk. And then on the flip side, Volk is only really worried about Mirror.
Yeah, and you turn off their weakness as well, so.
And yeah. So I don't see it getting any immediate benefit.
Like I compare this, I'm like thinking in terms of Ultra and the Moon or whatever. Like other stadiums in the format right now, this stadium doesn't really do anything, and like in some matchups, it's completely dead. Like if they're not weak to you, then it is a completely dead. It is a card that just bounces your opponent's stadium. It's worse than a paint roller.
It's the same way that we've not seen Weakness Policy C play, even though it could be seeing a bit more play. Now that's only because there's no tool removal, and there's certainly Stadium Wars going on.
Yeah, like there's only ever going to be maybe 2 or 3 games that this card actually has text on it. So I don't think I rate this card that much at all.
Oh, look how pretty that card is. Okay.
Which one?
The Primarina. Such a shame that it's not great. Get your DCs now, boys. Break the bank. I think that's almost everything from expansion. Okay, let's move on to the new stuff from today. The hype train is real.
Do you want? Yeah, okay. The only thing that we're not looking at that's on the page, that we're not talking about that's on the page, or that has been revealed, is also Hala. But we can talk about that a little bit later on.
Oh, we can mention Hala now. I've closed the window, but we can talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's Shuffle Draw 4, but if you've used your GX attack, it's Shuffle Draw 7. Shuffle 7 is really strong. It's flipping heads on a Birch. Issue, of course, being if you've not used a GX attack, it's really bad. It's judging yourself, getting judged by yourself, which is really awful. So in terms of early game supporter, it's absolutely terrible. It actually reminds me of Colress in a way. It's like a middle ground of Colress, where you could literally never Colress for like 1 or 2 cards, but then in the late game it's like a 10-card chorus
The
in certain
best supporter
decks.
to use, yeah.
So Hala is like a middle ground in both scenarios. Like if you're really dying, you can Hala for 4, and later on you can Hala for 7. I rarely think Hala becomes more than a one-of unless
Yeah.
it's a deck that GX attacks always by turn 2, I think.
As its first attack.
Yeah. A setup attacker like Turtonator, like Solgaleo. Even
Yeah,
Solgaleo I don't think plays more than like 2.
Yeah, I think the other thing is, whilst we still have N in format, N is often just better.
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't disrupt your opponent. So, and we've seen a couple of cards today that your opponent just searches for cards they want. So you still want N, and N's going to be around for another year. So, I don't think this sees very much play, if at all, whilst we've got N. But when we go to Sun and Moon on format, the fact that we've got this shuffle drawer, I think, is really good. It means that we don't have to use Ilima, which is just good. So yeah, I think it will be a good card eventually, but I don't think it's that good right now.
Cool. Quick note on the box artworks. We see Talo and Slowpoke in here, so
Yeah.
they're confirmed.
More excitingly, we see another Wishy-Washy.
Another Wishy-Washy.
There's
multiple of them, so
chance.
maybe they're schooling form.
Maybe
Who
we're
knows?
schooling.
See Honchcrows in the top. We see little Taylor as well. Not Taylor. What's that? That's
Swallow.
no.
Wait,
The
no.
Firebird, Fletchling. There you go.
Oh yeah, Fletchling. Yeah. Sorry. We were talking about
So my quad Talonflame could be even better soon. Who knows? Right.
Tell her.
Let's look at Salazzle, or as the mighty Ross Gilbert calls it, Salazazzle, or Salazizzle, or whatever he called it. What do you call it?
Salazizzle, I think.
Salazizzle. He's meant to be a professional, man. Okay. 110 HP fire type stage 1. With the ability Hot Poisoned. Once during your turn, you may play this card from your hand to evolve, and when you do, your opponent's active is now poisoned and burned. Reminiscent of the old Amoongus that we had.
Yeah.
That was
He's Amoongus.
play it down for poison confusion. That saw some play. I think right now there's tons of ability lock. There's not enough manipulation of status conditions to make me want to play this. I think you never play it for its attack. It's just too expensive on a stage 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both think it's fairly underwhelming right now.
Yeah. When we lose ability lock, like Amoongus when released wasn't insane as well. It wasn't a card that was just immediately really good, but then later down the line it was kind of played around with a little bit. So I feel the same with this card. Looking at it again, it's a card that when we're not ability locked and we sometimes have an attack that does more if your opponent's got a condition or whatever, then yeah, this could be a nice partner. But for now, I don't think this is great, which is sad because Salazzle I think is my favorite new Pokemon from Gen 7.
Shocker. All right, Turtonator GX.
Just before we start, look at this Pokemon's design.
Such a beetle.
Like, what is going on with it?
It's Bowser.
It is Bowser. Oh, I want to catch one and call one Bowser.
Bowser GX.
Anyway.
190 HP, basic. For a DCE, you can do 20 damage base. Bear in mind it's a fire basic, so potentially you can steam up to get more damage here.
Steam up?
So this could be up to 140. It could actually be up to 170 damage with a choice band on for just a DCE and 4 steam ups. If this Pokemon's damaged by an attack during your opponent's next turn, place 8 counters on the attacking Pokemon. So unless they Ranger, it's as if you have a bursting balloon and a little
Plus
bit more
20.
on you, which is really awkward to play around because, again, it's one of these things where if you're forcing Lysander, forcing Ranger, first of all, it's awkward for them to do that. And second of all, if it's the latter, the first one, Lysander or Rope or something, they're not dealing with the thing that has energy on it. And that's good for you because he also has other attacks that are useful. So yeah, powerful attacker already. And then its second attack is for 2 fire and a colourless. It does 160, and you discard 2 fire energy attached to this Pokemon. It's also fine. Think about choice band. You go 190. This means that you can still get one hit KOs as a Volt player under ability lock. Ability lock, a lot of people think is the best way for Volk to get checked. Well, now playing choice band, having Turtonator, you can hit 190 and just not even care a lot of the time. That's really powerful.
Yeah, it is.
And also discarding energy from yourself. It's obviously not great in terms of the longevity of the attack, but it can protect you from Yveltal and it can protect you from Mewtwo, which are both very awkward matchups for Volcanion typically because of the amount that they have to commit to themselves. So having this guy for those matchups as a lead Pokemon, a lead attacker, could be really good for you as well.
I think it's definitely interesting, this card, because I can see its second attack being, yes, that attack that you use early on in matchups like Yveltal or whatever to throw up a 190 HP dude that knocks out a Yveltal and then has nothing, like has no damage for them to respond to. But I can also kind of see this as the attacker you use at the end of the game as well.
Yeah.
Like you've run out. You've only got one energy left to steam up with. Well, you've got like a bonus steam up already in here. So like I can see this being the first attack or the first big attack, first knockout you take in some scenarios, and I can also see this as the thing that you keep on the bench. You just sit with 3 energy on it and wait until you only need to take 2 more prizes and just blow something up.
Oh, this card is so gross. I mean, we've not even talked about the GX attack yet.
Yeah, I know.
Nitro Tank GX, which I really hope it gets translated to.
I hope we get the same translation.
Attach 5 fire energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Yeah. That's absurd.
That's setting up 2 Volcanions.
2 Volcanions. You can do it any way you like, so you can actually start attaching to him or your other Turtonators.
Yeah, okay, so it's finishing off attaching to his Turtonator and setting up another Turtonator or Volcanion or whatever. That's just 3 energy. And this is like, 5!
5 is huge. Obviously, it's not always a turn 1 attack, because you may not have put that many energy in a discard pile. We don't have Compressor. But we do have the new Oricorio, we have Professor's Letter, we have Tapu Lele that can dig for Sycamore, we have Acrobike. I think, just from Theorycraft, I think the list that we are typical, or we typically think of a Volcanion list right now, I think it changed dramatically to fit to the Nitro Tank GX. I think we go heavy Letter / Oricorio, and we make sure that this is our first attack, and I think we can fairly comfortably get a good number of fires in the discard pile early. Obviously, just searching them to hand gives us Steam Up, which gets them in the discard. We don't even need to dig for Sycamore or Ultra Ball, but we'll naturally play those cards anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is just seeing and testing how many energy we can get in turn 1, and if it's consistently 4 to 5, then sure, this is an insane attack. Jack Snell, will Scorched Earth be the standard stadium in Volt from now on? I think it's pretty safe to say. Again, we don't know the rest of the set or whatever, but so it's impossible to like fully build a list right now. But as of looking at this card in a vacuum, compared with Volcanion,
right? Yeah, it's 100%.
It's I can't see them printing anything.
There's no reason. Better than that. There's no reason for it not to be, because it's more cards to get you into more cycle whilst also helping you get your combo. I wish this. I know this attack is already nuts, but if it did 10 damage, it could be so much better because you can do your Steam Ups on top of it. But that would be so ridiculous.
That would be disgusting. That would.
Imagine doing like 100 turn 1 and attaching 5. It would be jokes. But yeah, I'm glad they didn't put an energy. Damage to it, because that is just bonkers.
Remember at the start of the year, guys, when me and Joe did pretty much Sun and Moon lists every day for about 2 weeks? With how hyped me and Joe have been today, I can see that coming back in 2 months' time.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Oh, these cards, man. Okay, right, anyway.
Right, Alolan Sandslash, we can chill out a bit more now.
Yes.
The hype goes down a little bit. 110 HP. Go on, you carry on.
Yeah, 110 HP. Ability is just draw once during your turn, draw a card. Super relaxed, super nothing crazy about it. You don't need any other conditions or anything like that. Just draw a card. In itself, like the first thing I thought of is okay, it's kind of comparable to Slurpuff from Phantom Forces, but slightly worse. And I think that slightly worse is enough of a worse to just not make this guy playable, unfortunately. His attack smash turn is like the hit and switch kind of tactic, and whilst we've seen that on stage runs before, Donphan in particular, Donphan had one access to a lot more damage manipulation with like strong energy and stuff, and also it was for 1 energy, and this is for 3, so or one or a water and a DCE. But even just that second energy, I think that makes this archetype too slow to be an archetype personally.
Yeah, definitely. I can't really argue with that, just because such an easy Lysander, such an easy KO when it is Lysandered, and you'll just set back so much from there, even with the draw power that you have. And you do have lots of search for this guy with dive ball and stuff. I still think it's a little bit underwhelming. The damage is underwhelming. It could be cool just to have a 4 dive ball, heavy nest ball, and just having a Pyukumuku, Sandslash, Choice Band, but I don't think it'll ever be more than a gimmick. It just sounds pretty easy to beat, to be honest. Tapu Koko GX. This is another really good card.
Oh boy.
170 HP lightning type. Like all the other Tapus, this card has no weakness or resistance. Has a retreat cost of 2. Its ability is Trail. Once during a turn before you attack, when you put this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may move any number of lightning energy attached to your Pokemon to this Pokemon. And if you move any energy, switch this with your active Pokemon. So it's effectively Burst In that we had from old Dragonite EX. And that was a card that never really took off too much, but mainly because its other attacks weren't really strong enough to back up the Dragonite EX. And it also had awkward attack costs, so you had to play different types of energy all in your list. Here, Tapu Koko doesn't have that issue. Its first attack for 2 lightning and colourless is just a simple 130. It's a really good baseline output. Again, Choice Band Kukui gets you to 180, which is a good number to hit. Alternatively, more likely is what's going to happen is that you're going to have Fury Belt on this guy. We also have the Stadium as well to make him even more tanky. To reduce 30 done to him. So with Fury Belt and that Stadium, he's staying around, and as long as he does stay around, you can bench your next Tapu Koko and use the ability again next turn to move the damage that you did receive onto something that now has no energy on it, and the new Tapu Koko is the thing that your opponent has to deal with, and that's super lame. It's really, really awkward. I think the Wombo Combo deck is already it's revealing itself so simply. You need to just play a heavy Tapu Koko line, play elixirs, and you're pretty much there with your list straight off the bat. It is ability focused, but the good news is you're a lightning type deck, and the main Garbodor list is Yveltal, so you don't really care.
don't need to go so aggro, because you just got to set one of these guys up.
And then the other Garbodor list is Mewtwo, which commits a lot of energy to itself, which is also a problem because of its GX attack, Tapu Thunder GX.
Oh god, yeah.
Does 50 times the number of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So this scales really well again. Same attack cost as your normal attack, so your opponent has to be concerned about it at all times, pretty much. And it just keeps everything in check. It stops a Mewtwo going absurd on you. It stops them even going for a damage change, because then you can just laugh at them and Tapu Thunder them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just very, very strong.
Yeah, someone's just said Electrode as well. Electrode. I feel like that may be taking it a little bit too crazy, because I think you can probably pull this off with elixirs anyway. I don't think you need the buff from Electrode to be able to pull this off. I think you just need 3 energy on board essentially, which is just crazy.
Easy enough.
Yeah, the biggest thing I see for this, the biggest issue, okay, cool, is the its ability focus. But we've just laid out how often this deck can win the ability, like the Garb matchups, that like will stop your abilities. A lot of the time, you're just winning by setting up, like manually, just setting up a Tapu Koko or just elixiring one or whatever, because you're knocking out your Voltols. Like there is no way you're not. And like your GX attack can check the Mewtwo's, so at that point they can't attach enough energy to one-shot you, so that means they have to like have a two-shot war with you. But then they're technically a stage 1 or a Mega Evolution, whatever. So you're having a two-shot war with them, but you've got usually the same HP and pretty much the same damage. So like it's kind of heavy or more in your favor because you're checking one of their attacks or one of their strategies. So I think like Lele kind of stole the show today, and I feel like they should have released them differently at different times. And if they had, I think people would be going so nuts about Tapu Koko. But yeah, Lele has kind of stolen the show for today. I don't think this is a card to sleep on at all. I think this looks like it's going to be. There's always decks that come out of sets that are just naturally decks, and I think this looks like one of them.
One thing that does concern me though is Tauros again is a good check to Tapu Koko. I think that's one of the only things that again puts things in line.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can easily play heavy EXP share in this deck as well, because you can put them on stupid targets that don't matter, and then you just bench your next Tapu Koko and move them all onto the next one as well. So even just like 1 or 2 EXP share means that you don't run out of energy, even if you are getting one hit KO'd. And,
if they don't have a Fury, belt as well, it means that they can only commit 1 DCE at a time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because they only have like those kinds of obviously Tauros is splashable, but in Tauros only decks they only ever play DCE usually. So it means they can only like commit 1 DCE at a time. So it's kind of awkward for them as well. That it's a good check, yes, but it's also kind of slowing them down as well. So it's
the tankiness of this guy as well. You can choose Rough Seas or the other new stadium.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You may end up playing Rough Seas just because you want to bounce against Tapu Bulu.
Okay.
But they're both really good.
We've just had a huge influx of comments, so let me just read some of these out quickly.
Okay.
Yes, it does seem to include rainbow energy or special energy or whatever, because it just says lightning energy, not basic lightning energy.
Yep.
So that's good.
Coco Box, here we come.
Do you think that TPCI have decided to make every GX card viable, unlike EXs, with the exception of Primarina? I think someone I saw someone say something a couple of days ago that they were like they feel like TPCI are looking at these cards kind of like they did Mega Revolutions in the first place, and then like releasing the Spirit Links 3 sets later because they wanted to see how balanced they were. I can see this in completely the other direction. I think they're deliberately making these cards insanely good because they want to change the format. They like if you look at Black and White through to XY, yes, there has been a power creep, but there's been no major changes. Breaks were good, but they didn't completely change the format. There were 2 or 3 good breaks that were used. Other than that, they didn't like completely switch up the format. Megas like did more so, but they were introduced at a different time, and EXs are still a good thing. So I think they deliberately are making these cards insanely good just because they want to change change the game. And all of these GXs are pretty playable. So I think I just think these cards are so good.
All right.
Wow.
Is that it for comments, or is there more?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. With some people are talking about Lele already. They're getting excited.
Okay. Quick shout out for Mimikyu. In Expanded more than anything else, I think this card does have big potential. It's really similar to the Clefairy that came out in Evolutions. With the Mimic attack. If you have a D-Valley in play, for a single Psychic, you can copy the attack that was used last turn by your opponent as long as it wasn't a GX attack. So that is super efficient. I think that's potentially really, really good. I'm talking about a Tapu Lele deck in a second, and I think in Expanded, a Tapu Lele deck is probably also going to be a thing. and you'll already be playing a few Psychic Energy. So for any deck that can one-hit KO Tapu Lele, you just have to put down one Psychic Energy, and then you bop them back. So that's pretty gross. So yeah, Mimikyu is probably good in Expanded because of D-Valley. In Standard, Psychic Colorless isn't really enough to make it see play because your opponent can also play around it at times. Okay. Oh boy. Good card is good.
You're currently looking at the best card in Guardians Rising. I'm not even joking.
I don't think it's close either.
I think there's okay, we haven't seen all the GXs yet, but I think it's very unlikely that we're not already looking at the best card in the next set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the catch card for certain. So, we'll start off with 170 HP, no weakness,
great,
no resistance, 1 retreat, which is fine.
Nice.
It's got an ability.
Here we go.
It's called Wonder Touch. Once during a turn, before you attack, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to bench, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into the hand. This may sound familiar because it is Jirachi EX's ability. Stellar Guidance, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jirachi has seen a lot of play throughout its career, most notably in Expanded recently because it can be good for Maxi and Archie effects, as well as getting turn 1 Getsis or Hex or Wally for Trevenant lists. So it plucks out 1 or 2 of supporters to get really good combos going early on. I think I'll start off by saying that Tapu Lele doesn't have that many good supporters that it can pluck out in Standard right now. We do have Archie and Maxi still currently, but without Compressor it's still super unlikely that we can get that working, even with its ability. Wally potentially. Wally Garb decks, anyone? Wally Muck decks to stop your opponent using Tapu Lele. That could be good. And then Hex, I think, is probably the other main impactful one that we can go for. To, again, slow the opponent down in the early turns. But in general, this is an extra card that is just going to help you be consistent in your own list. It's similar and dissimilar to Shaman in a lot of ways. Where Shaman's more like a 2-of in most decks, I think Tapu Lele will be sometimes a 4-of in a focused Tapu Lele deck. Sometimes not played at all, but oftentimes a 1-of, just to, again, be that Ultra Ball target. There are a lot of times when you're Ultra Balling for Shaman just to draw 2 or 3 cards and you're still sort of crossing your fingers. Well, Tapu Lele can go, hey, get a Lily and draw like 6 cards. Or it can be like, let's get this hand fresh up and just go for the end straight away. So, although there's not ridiculous Wombo Combo things right now in the format, why Jirachi is so good, the ability is still really, really good. And something that we should just say is just having that amount of HP and no weakness means there's literally 0 drawback to putting this card in your deck. You will never feel bad about putting a Tapu Lele in your list because it's not a Lysander target like a Hooper, it's not easy to KO like a Shaman, and it's got an ability as good as those cards. So it's just such an awesome opening trait.
Yeah. Just to clear something up that's going on in the chat at the moment, Joe didn't say a 4-of in a deck. It's a 4-of in the Tapu Lele deck. Not because I think people may have misinterpreted it.
Don't worry, I've got a quad Tapu Lele list.
So just based on the ability, we've already had like 10 comments.
Yeah.
Razak thinks it's good but overrated. I'm just seeing this as a consistency card right now. Like before we've even looked at the attack, I'm not even looking at the attack personally. I think Jirachi with 170 HP in this format is nuts. There's so many times that you've just wanted that, like we've said, you've wanted turn 1 Lily or turn 1 N or whatever, and you've had to Sycamore your DCE away or whatever. This just gets rid of that. And like sometimes, yeah, okay, you've got shamans in your deck, so you're like, yeah, okay, cool, we'll search for Shaman, but it's only grabbing me 2 cards. I have to try and hit this energy on 2 cards. Well, no, there's other supporters we can play. You can then search for the Tapu Lele to search for the supporter that's going to be most likely that you hit that energy. I just think it's such a good card. I think this card is insanely good. What else is being said? More one-off supporters, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it makes like Kukui, Skylar, Lily definitely gets a lot better with Tapu Lele.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also might mean that we can go down support accounts. Like, we can only play 1 Hex and 1 Lysander and get away with it a lot more.
Yeah, that was the other thing that was commented. Can you get away with playing 1 Lysander in some decks now? I think, yes, you probably could.
Yeah, I think you definitely can. If you play like 2 Tapu Lele, it's definitely the case, because we'll move on from that ability. So that's such a good groundwork, because people are playing Jirachi right now, even knowing that it feeds your opponent a win condition. It feeds them 2 easy prizes to get easily ahead, and this guy just doesn't do that. There's no drawback to putting a Tapu Lele on your bench, because it's even potentially an attacker. So that's just really good.
Yeah, that's a really good analysis right there. Just quickly, Matsats has said, "This is a great card, and I like the design very much. You shouldn't be punished for adding consistency to your deck." That was the biggest thing with Jirachi. It was like, yeah, you want to be able to pull off your strategy more, and in doing so, you're actually going to be losing more because you're putting a 90 HP 2 prize Pokemon on your bench. So I think it's nice that this is a card that ups your consistency and isn't insane as the attack is really good, but it's not nuts. It's not like
No.
This card isn't played for the attack unless you're building the quad Tapu Lele deck. It's just a good attack. So I really like this card just as a consistency card.
Yeah. Hopefully what it means is we can have more actual games, because people can get set up more and not getting punished for having to do that or being able to do that. So moving on to its attacks, its first attack, or its normal attack, is just Energy Dive for a DCE, doing 20 times the number of energy attached to both active Pokemon. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance, Ross. It isn't. No weakness or resistance.
Okay.
So yeah, it's effectively Lugia EX's Aero Ball attack, which is an okay attack. I know a lot of people are going like, this is new Mewtwo with an ability, it's absurd.
No.
Aero Ball is only an okay attack, really, especially because we're getting much higher HPs, much more commonplace. So it's a good attack that you have the option of playing in some decks, more than anything just to have a check to things. Like, you're playing Tapu Lele for its ability. That's why you're playing it, almost all the time. But there's a lot of DCE decks out there right now that can just have the option to swing for Energy Dive if the situation is correct. You're playing like a Yveltal deck, and your Yveltal EX has just been knocked out with 5 energy on. You don't have a response because you whiff an Elixir. Well, you can just DC and Tapu Lele to finish them off. Those sorts of reasons are why this attack is really good. Keeps big attackers in check. Lots of the other Tapus and other Pokemon in the format right now, think about Volcanion, Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu, they all have to attach 3 energy to themselves. So you are around that 100 damage benchmark, which is a good thing to have just for a DCE. So the attack is good, but it's not absolutely overwhelmingly insane, and there's going to be energy drive wars every single game that you play.
Yeah.
But it's an attack that you will be aware of and you will use in games.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is it's a usable attack. Like, Jirachi just didn't have a usable attack.
Yeah.
This you can attach a DCE on, and yeah, okay, sometimes you're only going to be hitting 100, but that 100, bear in mind this also doesn't have weakness. So
it's tanky.
It's not like you're attaching just to give 2 prizes up and deal 100 damage. This is you're dealing 100 damage whilst you're setting up something else later on.
You're being a threatening attacker.
You're not going to take your opponent's not going to take 2 prizes on you that quickly as well. So I like that it's not I like that it's not like an insanely good attack, because I think the card is good enough
Yeah, of
as
course.
is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really like this card.
Um,
Simple.
and then it's GX attack as well. For a single Psychic Energy, Kapu Cure GX restores all HP to your bench to 2 of your benched Pokemon. So this is why I want to build a quad Tapu Lele list. The deck has no weakness. It already has inbuilt high consistency because you're playing a high count of Tapu Lele. So you're very unlikely to have supporterless hands. You have a good attack, you have tankability, and the main reason why we're not seeing Lugia right now is because it can't compete in 2-hit KO wars. Oftentimes it's slightly outdamaged, but now we can have a turn of resetting that with Kapu Cure. I don't know why it's not called Tapu Cure, but anyway. It's just really, really good. If you reset 2 of your Tapu Leles to full health, that's like absurdly good in a prize race situation. For just 1 Psychic as well, it's like really not any commitment. Additionally, I don't think there's going to be many like Psychic decks that will just play this in general. But it could potentially just be a big heal. I want to try this out in Decidueye, where right now I'm playing Lugia. Well, those get instantly subbed out for Tapu Leles because it's an increase in consistency whilst having the same attack as Lugia, and you potentially have Kapu Cure if you want, because I've tried Decidueye out with max potions and it's been fantastic. So the same could be said here. It makes the quad Tapu Lele deck viable, I think, because you're in a 2-shot war in every situation because you have no weakness. There's only things like Rayquaza that can 1-hit KO through you, which we have Sudowoodo for. I just don't see a time when you're in trouble as the Tapu Lele player. You're consistent, you have heal, you do decent damage that you can ramp up with DCE, and you even have space for Elixir. That's what's so filthy about this. It has so much space as well. Even in Quad Tauros right now, I'm playing Lugias. Well, they'll just get subbed out for Leles, and it just increases the deck so much. Oh man, card's good.
Card is nuts.
Card is good.
Okay, right.
Ugh, you talk. I'm tired.
Okay, Lycanroc GX. So we've seen 1. We're getting 1 in a box. This is the Midnight form. 200 HP stage 1, pretty good. Ability Bloody Eye. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, switch your opponent's bench Pokemon with one of your opponent's benched with their active. So essentially it's a Lysander as an ability, or Bright Look or whatever. A nice ability to have, especially as it means that you're not using your supporter for the turn. Obviously shut off by ability lock, which is a pain. But being able to Lysander something up without using your supporter, I think is a really, really useful effect. Considering Lysander's such a good supporter, but it means that you're not developing your hand or whatever anymore. It means that you have to sort of play with the hand you've got or whatever, in most cases anyway. This means that you can still use your Sycamores or your Ends to disrupt your opponent and stuff, whilst getting that Lysander off. It also means that like you can stall against stuff as well, which is nice. Its attack for fighting DCE is 110 damage, just another of these pretty simple attacks. I like that the GXs are getting some simple attacks, so it kind of puts focus on these good abilities and these good GX attacks. It means that you're not looking at the card for its first attack, I guess. You're looking at it for its GX attack, but it's still got a nice 3 energy, hits a decent number attack. And then his GX attack 50 for fighting colorless is Death Rogue GX, 50 damage times the number of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So kind of a pumped up Zoroark.
Yep. Absolutely huge Zoroark. Again, Choice Band, Strong Energy on top of that. This guy's taking names. I don't think we have a dedicated deck to just this Lycanroc. I think they almost always come in a package deal where you play like just 2 of this one maximum, maybe like a 2-2 split, maybe even a 3-1, just playing 1 of this guy. Um, but you'll be playing 1 or 2 Devo Spray as well, so you can get reuses of Bloody Eye, and also you can switch out your Lycanroc to then use Deathstroke GX to blow something up. When we get Choice Band, the other Lycanroc gets so much better anyway.
Yeah, its numbers are kind of awkward at the moment.
I think its base output is 30, right?
I think it's 90% sure, but I'll check whilst we're here.
It's 30 for fighting colourless, I think, and it's an automatic discard from the opponent's active. But with Strong and now Choice Band, that is a relevant amount of damage every single turn. And when you're using Bloody Eye to make sure that you can get those 2 shots, bring back that Pokemon that's just gone to the bench, and you have the option to use Death Rogue as well, keeping them in check a lot of the time. It's absolutely fantastic. I think the biggest drawback, obviously, is that you're weak to grass. So you do have to be aware of Lurantis and Decidueye. They probably do carve through you. But the package deal sounds very strong. A lot of energy denial, a lot of hammers, in a similar way that Umbreon hammers is good right now. I can see Lycanroc hammers being a similarly good deck, really.
Yeah. A couple of people asking what the other one does, because we haven't had an English scan of it yet. We know we're getting it, I think, in the next month or so or whatever. 200 HP again, got a fighting colorless, crunch does 30 damage and discard an energy from the active. So as Joe was saying, with Choice Band on top of that, that's 2 for 60 and an auto discard, which is insane.
And Strongs as well.
And Strongs as well. So yeah, a minimum 2 for 60 if you've got Choice Band. Fighting colorless, there's 120. So again, another of these really simple attacks. And then his GX is Lycanfang GX, fighting colorless as well. 200 damage, discard 2 energy. So that can easily be buffed up to 250. Like that's 1 strong energy and a not Fury Choice Band. That's what it's called. So yeah, that's going to be taking 2 prizes at some point. And with Bloody Eye, it means that you're going to be taking 2 prizes like wherever you want.
Yep. And
so,
again, because it gets rid of energy from the opponent's active, so having Bloody Eye as well means that they can't just charge stuff up on the bench and keep something as fodder in the active. So it accesses the bench for when you're trying to take the big KO with your GX attack, but also in the setup phase when you're just trying to limit their energy the whole game.
Yeah. Is the Lycanroc... What type is the Lycanroc in the game? I know it's rock, but is it also dark? Rock dark?
No, it's just rock.
I thought the Midnight form was rock dark.
Don't think so.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong about that one. Okay, anyway.
It looks really menacing, but I think it's just dark. Someone can correct me. I've not played the games in a while.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all we've got to say about Lycanroc.
Komala is bad. Can we move on?
Yeah. I sat looking at his card. How does this card work? No, I can't see it.
Looks jokes though. He's so chuffed with himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Delmise? Yeah.
Delmise, I'd read it, I guess.
It has Metallurgy, whatever that means. As long as this Pokemon is in play, each of your metal Pokemon's attacks do 10 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. So it's similar to Regirock EX, but this time it's for metal types.
As a psychic type.
As a psychic type, non-EX Pokemon with a 2 retreat cost. Its attack is plain and vanilla that you shouldn't worry about. But what do you think about this guy? What metal types are in our format right now, other than Solgaleo?
Scizor is the only other one, really.
Scizor and Genesect DX, I guess.
Yeah, and
Mega
I don't
Scizor.
know. I don't know how much the +10 matters. Like Scizor is a deck that designs itself to just be a 2-shot. Like this +10 is doing nothing essentially. It's pushing you into 2 shots of 250s, I guess, but like it's not pushing it into a one-shot wall against EXs. There's a couple of non-EXs that it does push it into a one-shot wall with. But yeah, I don't see a huge benefit from it.
It's annoying. It's one of these cards that you probably have to pick up 4 because we'll get more metal types printed where it is impactful. But currently, right now, other than not needing a Kukui for your Solgaleo GX, I don't think it's that strong of a card right now. But it has the potential to be impactful numbers at times.
Yeah,
So,
of course. I think it's definitely one to pick up a couple of, just because there will be a point where, um, even if it's in like a rogue concept, it's just like that +10 will matter, I guess.
yeah. There's been these sorts of effects before on like Deoxys, the Plasma Deoxys, and Regirock to a lesser extent, where this has been a good effect. It just turns out whichever metals types are the ones being played. Who knows? Maybe Metagross can take advantage of it.
Yeah. Someone said, "Why isn't it metal?" I'm pretty sure it's a ghost grass type in the game. So
Yeah,
it's just so weird. It's a ghost grass type. There's an anchor.
helping out metal types.
Yeah, cool. Whatever.
Okay, so Golisopod.
Oh,
I think this is a bad card.
do you? I think
Yeah,
this could potentially be a good card.
I think to counter GX Pokemon, this is not going to be the way to do it because it's not an
No,
all colorless attack and it's not easily splashable.
no.
130 HP. It does have the ability Armor. Any damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 30, so it's an inbuilt, um, like hard charm and a half, I guess. And you can also have the Stadium on top of that, so it can potentially be reducing 60 before it takes any damage, which does sound jokes.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
It could even have an Assault Vest, so it could potentially resist 100 damage before it even takes anything, which could be fun. But aside from that, Resolute Claw does 80 for a Grass DCE, which is really low. But if it is a GX Pokemon or an EX Pokemon, it does 70 more.
Yeah. I don't see this as like an insane card, but I think it's a nice rogue. And
I don't even
I
think
think
its
that's
numbers are enough, though. That's the thing.
180 with a choice band.
Mm, that's not enough. 180 is not enough for GXs.
Not a lot of them, no. To be fair, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of biased because this is another of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 7.
Yeah, I really like the Pokemon, but...
Spoilers, Joe. I have one of these guys on my team.
Oh, why are you telling me this?
This guy is a boss.
Okay, let's move on.
But yeah,
To,
okay.
a,
Anyway.
to a real boss.
Oh,
The
this
Bulu.
is what is going on with these Tapus.
All the Tapus represent really threatening cards. So this one is a 180 HP Grass type. Again, no weakness resistance. We can't stress how important this is. It's such a simple thing, but these are really impactful differences to cards. Its first attack for a single grass is 30 damage. Fine, helpful. Numbers wise, it's actually really helpful when you look at some of its other damaging attacks. And again, Choice Band's potential, more likely Fury Belt because of the way that this deck will try and function as a tanking list. But like 1 for 40 is impactful. So both of its other attacks are for 2 grass and a colourless. The regular attack does 120 base, but you may discard all energy attached to it. If you do, it does 60 more. So if you need to blow something up, you have the potential to do so. 180 is a good number. Still, 190 with the Choice Band, that can go higher with. Even the Lurantis can help you get there, or Kukui, so it
Plus
can
the
get
poke.
even bigger.
Yeah, plus the poke from the first attack as well.
Yeah, plus the poke.
Oh, these Tapus are breaking my heart. They're breaking my wallet.
So, it can happily compete in a 2-hit KO war, because it has healing as well, which we'll get onto in a moment, as well as having the resistance from this stadium down here, which we'll talk about again in a moment. So it's happy to compete in a 2-hit KO war, but can also end a game quickly by just going, lol, the game is over, I'll blow you up.
Yeah, and that's not even its GX attack. Like, we usually see that as the GX attack, but no.
Nope. Kapu Wild GX, 150 damage, which is an okay number. But you heal all of this Pokemon's HP to full. Just max potion, but keep all your energy on. Don't worry about any of that. Just heal to full.
220 HP potentially with Fury Belt as well. I'm sitting here looking at this grass type thinking, oh, weak to Volk. Oh, wait, I'm not. I just...
Aether's Paradise on top as well.
Yeah, I just don't see
This is a card
what's
that's
bad about
this card is difficult to 2-hit KO. It's happy to take 2-hit KOs, but can also 1-hit KO.
And then heals it all up anyway.
And then heal it all off. I think one Tapu Bulu GX, when it gets set up, nets you 4 prizes. Easy. Easily nets you 4 prizes. Don't you think?
I just love this card.
It competes so well. It just competes with everything really nicely.
Like that, and this is, I think this is the best example of where the no weakness is like most prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
If that just had the fire ×2 at the bottom, this card is bad.
Yeah, unplayable.
But it like it is, yeah, it's unplayable. But it doesn't, and it makes it, I think, an insane concept. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to play.
So good.
I'm trying to figure out what would win Tapu Bulu versus Tapu Lele in like a straight build of each of them, because they both have healing and they both have 2 shots and stuff. I'm trying to figure that out. I guess it depends when people time the GX attack and stuff, but
yeah, I think Tapu Bulu would, because it has the Ape of Paradise.
Yeah, it depends how much I can bounce this as the Lele player.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, very, very good card. It can be played either as a full basic list with elixirs, or it can be played with Lurantis setting it up, and also potentially having the non-GX Lurantis to improve our damage, because this guy is already doing enough, but why not do even more? Quick shout out to non-GX Tapu Koko. It's actually not a bad card. For a DC, it does 20 to each of your opponent's Pokemon. As a basic, that's okay. It's good sniping.
It's a better spinner.
Better spinner, that's certain. Well, I don't know. DC's.
I was just thinking of weakness on the active.
Yeah, weakness on the active. Wide
40/20s. Hello.
Wide lens, it's over.
Who even needs Vikavolt GX? You've got Tapu Koko non-GX right here. This guy doesn't give up 2 prizes.
Baby
This
Koko.
guy doesn't need 4 energy.
Easy.
Baby Koko. Yes, that's his name.
It's got free retreat
Baby
as well,
Koko.
which is a huge thing to bear in mind.
The biggest confusion for me is how they gave this one free retreat, but the other one 2 retreat. Like I would have understood one of them being 1 retreat, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Not that I think the other one, like the GX, needs 1 retreat, because that'd just be busted. But yeah, it's just, I just don't see their logic. But I think it's bad to look for logic in Pokemon nowadays. We've just seen Tapu Bulu and Tapu Lele.
It is one of our highest HP free retreaters as well, which is really something to note. So
Yeah, we have barely any free retreaters right now, actually.
that's pretty cool.
Mm.
Aether's Paradise is a very good card. We were talking about the tanking with Bulu and Koko. That's actually why I brought it down, and then I just threw it away. Ugh, here we go. Drag it down. Drag it down. Okay. Let's actually let you read the text of the card. This is going to work. Don't worry, guys. This is definitely going to work. In a minute. You're going to love it. It's not going to work. Okay. Oh, perfectionist. There we go. Oh, it's not even perfect. There we go. Right. Oh, I've got in the way of it. Anyway.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, guys, I'll tell you what it does while Joe messes about with how they all look.
Go on.
Each player's basic grass and lightning Pokemon take 30 less damage from Pokemon's attacks. So it's like a hard charm for grass, for basic grass and lightning types, but it's 30 instead of 20. Think about this with Tapu Bulu has 180 HP with a Fury Belt. It's got 220. Takes 30. You need to be doing a minimum of 40 damage to deal damage to this card. And then, so you need to be doing 250 damage to knock out a Tapu Bulu in 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, it then heals it all off, probably knocks out you as well, and you have to then do another 250 damage, otherwise it gets another knockout.
Easy.
This card, I think, has been slept on, and I think Tapu Bulu is one of the tankiest Pokemon we have ever seen.
Because even to 2-hit, you need to hit 140 twice. And
Yeah.
that's without the heal. As long as the stadium stays in. It's gross. And at the same time, Coco, it doesn't have the healing that Bulu has, but as long as you have your abilities, you can switch into your next Coco, so you've effectively healed yourself. I'm actually not certain which is the more playable of the two cards. I do really like Tapu Koko's ability a lot. But it is dependent on the metagame, of course. Like we were saying earlier, the decks that do play abilities, I think Coco is naturally favoured and naturally has the tools to beat it, but it is still reliant on ability, whereas Bulu doesn't care about abilities at all. It's just a standalone, I have powerful stats, try and beat me, basically. And typically, decks that just have good stats do well in the game. That's just simple.
Yeah, efficient Pokemon just generally do quite well.
Oh, the holo of Tapu Koko is sick. It's like it's a
shiny
Tapu Koko. That's awesome.
I didn't even know they were shinies. I thought they were like shiny locked like the other legendaries.
That's awesome. Okay, I think that's let's see. Yeah, that's everything.
That's pretty much it.
Just some sweet
Jangmo-O is just a card that will depend on how Comma-O is.
Oh man, I want to play Tauros Tapu Koko. That's really good. Just from these sleeves, I've got the archetype down, sorted.
Wait, which sleeves? Where are they?
Tauros Tapu Koko sleeves.
Oh right, yeah. I've spotted them. I want to play Ninetales. Look at those Ninetales sleeves. They're so cute. Oh.
Yeah.
The Lycanroc ones are mad good as well. They look so nice.
I think they're rubbish.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that could be so much cool. I like the deck box. Deck box is cool.
But the deck box is the same sleeves. What?
They're completely different. The big deck box.
Oh, the big deck box. Okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about the other deck box. That deck box is really nice, actually.
Right, we're back. Tapu Tauros. Someone's just said it. Okay, we're back. Hype is over. I've got a cold.
Scheduled maintenance, what?
Hopefully not.
I think it's tomorrow. Don't worry.
Let's try and log in. And we'll play some games.
Yeah, we're busy hyping up cards that aren't even out yet.
Can we review the new Magic set? We have never played Magic, so...
Hey now, I've played like 3 games.
I'll repeat. We have never played Magic.
Yeah, I would be able to analyse any of that stuff.
Hopefully we'll get into here. Yeah, that was lots of hype, but lots of good cards. Tommy Mack is now hosting our stream with 10 viewers. Thanks so much, Tommy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Can we build Vikavolt Snorlax? Oh.
Sounds clunky.
Don't really want to. The new Tapus are magic. Yeah, I guess so. Ooh, I really hope this starts to load. Getting nervous now. We're wedged on at 81%.
You might have to restart.
Yeah.
Thingy. It for some reason it doesn't let me. Like if I get kicked off, I have to restart. So.
Hey Tommy, how's it going? Thanks for hosting. Can we build Quad Garbodor with Garbodor as your main attacker? I don't think we really can. Oh, GTA 5 Drift King is also hosting. Thanks so much.
Sweet.
Lycanroc over Zygarde. I think they just are the archetypes are different. I like that Lycanroc can get as high as Zygarde can in terms of the damage. The way the decks function are different. You're trying to force a 2-hit KO war as the Lycanroc player by crushing away their energies, whereas Zygarde is trying to do it by incorporating a heal aspect. Overall, in terms of deck slots, it's much more awkward for Lycanroc. You obviously have to go through your Rockruffs. You have to play a split of the Lycanroc, so it's probably more awkward to get it going. But I think when you're contesting 2 hits, and especially because we're seeing a lot of decks with high energy counts, getting rid of energy is more impactful than heal right now, because so many decks are going to be doing the heal themselves that you're not actually that favoured in that sort of regard.
What was this?
Cheers for the follows from Jake. And there was one other. I really hope I didn't miss you. Oh, GTA 5 Drift King is also. And who did you say, Jack?
Voxon, I think.
Voxon, yeah. Thanks so much for everyone following.
Tommy says the stream's looking smoother. You weren't here for the first half an hour where it was just me and Joe frantically trying to get it to work, but we're glad it's looking good today. He also asked, how busted do we think Tapu Lele is?
I don't think the card's busted. I think it's balanced, but excellent, if that makes sense.
I don't think it's insane, but I think it's really, really good. And, like...
It's not, like, broken, because the card won't do anything ridiculous. It's just very strong at what it does do.
See.
It's just good. It's a good card for the game.
Yeah. What else have we said? Is anyone hyped for Lucario Spirit Link? This was something that we didn't talk about, actually. Oh, you're challenging me as well. Let me just... yeah, this is something that we didn't talk about. I just wanted to comment on how weird this, like, array of Pokemon that they've chosen to put together is.
Go on.
It was Mega Lucario.
Yeah.
Which is now getting a Spirit Link about 3 years late.
Lovely.
Mega Manectric. With no Manectric in format. Cool. Nice. Jolteon EX full art. And Zygarde EX full art. Maybe I'm being dense, but where's the link between these 4 Pokemon?
You are dense.
Okay, maybe. Oh, so many EVs. Maybe that is me being dense, but I just can't see it. If I'm honest, I'm not gonna lie.
GTA, thanks for unfollowing and following, just for the recognition. Worth it, I'm sure. Hopefully this time you can stay followed. That would be cool. Alright then, let's play some Sumo.
Sumo. Dream.
What are you doing here, Wob?
He's trying to get into the active.
Not today.
Please. Oh, sadness.
Still no third guy? No, still no third guy, unfortunately. Dreams do come true. That could be a good card. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Hex Maniac.
I could Ultra Ball here just for 6. Actually, it could even be 8 if we Guru first. Because I would love to fire off a Hex after this, after getting a way of getting energy in the discard pile. But I think it's more likely that we actually get an attack in this turn if we Lily and keep the Ultra Ball. So that's what we'll do. Okay, we got there.
Am I dead?
Yeah.
No. What else is being said? Tommy said he tried out the Gumshoes in Decidueye and was surprised how much he liked it. I think if you can, Gumshoes is a really cool ability if you have the space for it. Just knowing what your opponent is up to is pretty good.
Someone's asking that I like Metal build over Ray build. Jolteon build. Yes, and part of the reason is actually Umbreon GX, because Magearna can protect you from its naughty ability.
GX attack.
GX attack. Jesus Christ. I need to get it together.
You're too hyped about Lele. Well,
Lele. Oh, uh-oh. Did we get there? No. No, we didn't get there. Sadness. Let's pass. Is anyone of us interested in Lorantis GX full art? I'm not. Do we agree that Search the Premises is one of the all-time great ability names? Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool one. What's our favourite decks at the moment? We both like Umbreon Hammers a lot. And Turbo Dark and Volk are still the safest plays that I can think of. Ray isn't horrible. Yeah, there's a few good decks out there right now. If the SE didn't get reprinted, do you expect more 4-of important supporters and then use them with Tapu Lele? I think because of Tapu Lele, you don't need to play 4-ofs and you can still get them out fairly consistently. So I don't think... Wait, what? I was trying to deal with my Magina at some point. This guy's a hero. Yeah, I think Lele mitigates the need to play that many supporters. Do we have a deck review on our YouTube for Umbreon GX Hammers? Yeah, we do. It's a couple of weeks old though, and we updated the list on our Facebook mark, so we had a review on there like a month ago. We had a review for the Zorro build and the Hammer build.
The review's pretty similar.
Yeah,
it's changed like what's in the deck, but
we were playing Umbreon Espeon Hammers, but now it's more straightforward. Oh, the very next... Every time. Every time.
So no third guy, Luke, this week. Nah, just me and Joe, unfortunately, for you guys.
Just for this week. Hopefully, at least.
We don't always have a third person on. We just sometimes do. Usually do, but...
Let's play after this? Sure, Mark, we can play. Let me tack in some assault vests and then we'll play.
Metagaming.
Angry reacts only. Everyone misses the third dude.
Oh. What even are these hammers, Joe?
Who needs them? Playing with Vikavolt Snorlax? Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Having flashbacks against Connor at Sutton with you playing this. I've not played Ray at a single tournament. I was getting rinsed by a Ray. If that helps.
Four energy.
As many as 4.
That's not right. Done that bit wrong.
Am I going to Anaheim? No. Sadly, not going to Anaheim. Have I played Gunshoes in any stream or video yet? I actually haven't. I actually haven't.
Fix it. You should have.
Shame on me.
Emerald Break. Ow.
Putting 4 energy on the active so he can't flare grunt into Dark Core GX.
Give me that wob back.
Get in here.
Draw into the wob.
Yes, Solo Lol, that was Mark from Complexity Card Gaming Pokemon. We'll be seeing more from him. Wow, 3.
Why do I play these
3 tails?
Damn cards. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Who needs hammers when you've got town map?
Sure.
Sure.
Don't act like I planned the 4th energy. I definitely planned it, right?
Wow, 4 for 4.
Sometimes lucky.
Sometimes punished.
Sometimes Joe. Play Ray more often.
Should.
You're a big fan. Can you get him on stream? Both turn cameras on and make more memes. I don't know how I can get other people in terms of their videos on the screen. Otherwise I would have, like, we definitely have Jack on here as well.
I was going to say, we tried this and we couldn't get it working. We did try, and there was a time where we just couldn't work out why it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I'm sad I played the Flareon down. I was hoping to be able to find a Lysander earlier, but I couldn't.
Guru, don't worry, I'll get you back.
You're coming back, buddy. Don't worry.
I will find you.
Which Ray is more threatening right now?
Need a second monitor to stream Skype? I do have 2 monitors. I've actually not tried it since I've got a second monitor.
I was going to say, maybe
that's the key.
Maybe we'll be able to. We'll try and get that sorted for next week, I guess. Oh, this has been a sad day for Umbreon. Missing 4 hammers and 3 DCEs. Well, one's prized. Yeah, one's prized, so 3 DCEs.
90 HP left. That's not a great number. So I've heard.
You can knock me out.
Can I? Yes.
Puzzle? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Missing 4 hammers. That's so sad.
That is quite sad. What's my hand?
Not Jack Snell says Mega Ray is better than Umbreon.
Maybe.
Seems like it.
That moment when Floatstone is your next pick.
I don't want to see Jack if he doesn't have Oranguru hair. I don't have Oranguru hair anymore. I'm sorry. That was all cut off nearly a year ago.
How much do I need? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 to 10. So I just need 1.
That's a shame, him. Feel like the matchup is a Mega Ray Saver, even if half of those hammers hit.
Don't
Maybe.
know about that. Half of those hammers is a lot of hammers.
I need a wig then. Oh wow, that's a top deck.
Also, the fact that Jack had to parallel at his opening stadium doesn't help. And obviously, because I'm playing Magena build, it's different from a typical Jolteon build. I'm pretty certain that you need to play Magena in the modern day. I'm a modern man.
Oh, so sad. You haven't even been through a VS Seeker yet. What?
But look how many options I have. I have every option in my deck.
I know.
In my discard, I mean. Ooh, that damage. Can I keep up? Ooh.
Don't think so.
Do I think Rahul is being naive or arrogant saying that Guardian Rainbow Road are dead? Well, he gave his reasons why.
I don't think it's naive. I think it's an opinion. Like,
I can't really argue with his logic. I personally don't think that Guardi is gone. And I think that Rainbow Road doesn't lose anything. Some people just aren't fat. Yeah, there you go.
see ya.
Some people just naturally go away from what's it called? Rainbow Force. I'm against the deck in large scale tournaments because it has a tendency to draw poorly. Even with Lily in the list. I feel inconsistencies within the deck put me off the list. But at the same time, it's also a list I fear to face so often. So
if people have the balls to play it, then I don't want to play against them because I know it's a good deck. But I just don't think I would have the balls to play it.
Right, come on then, Mark. Get in here.
I'm just leaving for a second. I'll be back in a minute.
I think that's his... Oh, there's no player with that name? Okay, I don't know what his name is then. We'll figure something out. Maybe this is him? I don't know. I'm just accepting challenges. Let's go. Hopefully this is him. Xerneas Guardi, good play for Anaheim. I'm kind of worried about Ray for Anaheim. I think a few people are low-key hyping it. Yeah, J-Monk, I'll get you. I'll start a list going. Why not? That time of the night when I start taking viewer battles.
Came back.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about Ray still being a factor in Anaheim for Guardi Xerneas. I think if I was going, I'd play just to spare Ray Guardi. But it also has to be concerned with Tauros lists a little bit. So I still need to test it out against heavy Tauros engines. That's why you like Guardian Rainbow Road, because they're under the radar. Yeah, I think the safe play for the weekend is going to be Dark lists. I think it's Turbo Dark is super safe, and I think Yveltal Garb with Tauros is super safe. I think good players like safe decks. So I think if you want to rock up with Rainbow Road or Guardi, you'll have a lot of decent wins. But at the same time, there's still the element of what the hell am I going to face that is potentially a worry. Someone Skullgrunt hype. Ew. Wow, that is a terrible hand. Rage. Who runs the Team OmniPoke account on PTCGO? That's Jack. Oh, why did I press Rage? Oops.
Oops, oops. That does 40 less damage.
Not focusing.
Is demo_OmniPokes in the works yet?
Ooh. Nope.
Nope.
I've done nothing.
I mean, to be fair, we now have pretty much everything we want, but I can already tell in around 3 months' time, we're going to be needing more again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Mad Captain, we have talked about Tapu Lele in maybe a little bit of detail. We'll be putting it on the Facebook, the YouTube as normal. God, my brain is all over the place today.
Yeah, no, I know, Jax. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's him being naive. I think that's the wrong word. Like, if he said to himself, I don't think Rainbow Road's going to be a deck, it's not like he's not going to know how to play against it or whatever. It's just he's maybe not considering it as much for himself. I don't think it's naivety. I think it's just prioritizing what he wants to play. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He said he really liked Ray, so maybe that's his favoured build in terms of the big one-hit KO deck.
What about Twitch subscriptions? I had a look at that myself, and it seems that we can't do it with the amount of subscribers we currently have. So, or with the amount of views we get and the amount we stream and stuff. So for now, that's on the back burner, not through our own sort of cause, just because it's not viable. Like they wouldn't consider us at the moment. But I know me and Joe are streaming a lot and enjoying it a lot, and we like, provided we carry on the stream and maybe start streaming more than once a week every now and again or whatever. Like it's not something we're just not doing. It's just that we can't do it right now based on Twitch's criteria.
Mm-hmm.
It's something we want to do. It's just unavailable to us right now.
We don't fit the bill just yet.
But that's not to say we won't in the future in some form.
Where are we from in the UK? I'm from Oxford.
Oh, this is yeah, I don't have a city near me. I'm from the Midlands.
Yeah.
A small town called Kettering.
Oh, wow. Tifton
I guess.
Hotchild's just donated £10 saying, take my monies. Sorry I'm late. Well, you're forgiven. You're more than forgiven.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. All of this goes to a good cause, i.e. more codes for us to be able to bring you guys more new Pokemon stuff.
Oh, hi, Mr. Nicest Guy.
Posh Git. I'm not Posh Git. What are you talking about, Joe? Maybe that's Joe. I don't know.
Probably me.
Who's the posh one? I don't think I'm posh. Maybe I am. I used to live in Kidderminster. I have no knowledge of UK geography, so I'm not even going to lie and pretend I know where that is. Oh, West Midlands? Okay. I have more of an idea of where it is, because that's west of me. I want to play Plumebox, but can't get the Jolteons. Yeah. How are we? I'm good. Is Joe good? Joe's good.
I'm good.
Joe accidentally used Rage, so Joe's sad, but...
It's fine.
All in all, Joe's good.
Those numbers would be great right now, but it's fine. Totally fine.
Jack isn't posh. He was quite upset over missing his pizza yesterday. Yeah, I was. The guy said he closed at 10. He closed at 9:30.
Cheeky get.
Damn it.
With energy. Live to fight another day, Lapras.
Milton Keynes. I know Milton Keynes. Yes. I know somewhere. Sweet. I want to play Lurantis Plume, but Shaman's. Yeah. 6 months to go, and potentially Shaman's no longer an issue.
Potentially.
Oh. In standard. Probably. Maybe. Guys?
Anyone?
Talk to me. Oh, this guy's giving me a Tauros. What a madman.
Hero.
Oh, I've drawn into the Flareon. This is
a draw.
This is a
It's the turnout for the books.
draw and actually hit a hammer. Who knew? This guy's playing Fury Belts in his Decidueye.
Yeah, my Heavy Lugia build plays it.
That's
New.
Yeah, that's new. It's also concerning because how on earth am I dealing with this Tauros? Damn it, Tauros, you're too good of a check.
Don't want to play this. Don't want to use this. So maybe this is actually our take here.
Oh, Scott. Jack's a great guy, super friendly, always approachable IRL. Thank you.
Like they just sort of left Joe out of that.
No, it's Jack.
Joe's a guy that I know.
Yeah, I know him.
Jack's a lovely fella, super approachable.
Joe's
a member of OmniPoke.
What was that? What was the pizza story? Oh, I said I was going to bring a pizza back after league, and I went in about 4 o'clock and said, "What time do you close today?" And he said, "Yeah, we close at 10." So I thought, okay, it's about 9:30. I'll go over. And the door was locked. And the man, well, I'm pretty sure, like, the guy that runs it told me it closed at 10. But then I'm pretty sure he goes home at like 9 or whatever, and just leaves the other guy to close up. And I'm pretty sure he just closes when he wants.
Shocker.
So he's in there just like on his phone, and I'm sitting there shaking the door handle. Let me in. I want a pizza, but no. Apparently not. So that was quite sad. But hey ho, I guess I wasn't allowed pizza. Joe's okay, a bit salty when he does rubbish at Athena, happy when he wins poker.
So true.
Scott, I didn't realise how good of an analysis you had of us, Scott. That's bang on.
Don't know if he's got you right.
Hey now.
Whoa there, friend. Back out of Taurus range. I'm not happy about it. Get back in here, DCE.
You're just across the Atlantic from me, Jack. Good. Me, Jack. I am Jack. Me,
Jack.
Not that there's a Pizza Hut or opposite or anything. Yeah, but Pizza Hut aren't as nice as Popper. See, Jack's knows it, right? Popper pizzas. They're mad good.
Are they the one?
They are the one. Next time you're in Beeston, grab yourself a Popper pizza.
Lutz is rinsing me with insults.
What should I expect at my first regional?
I love that he actually typed that out as well. He actually typed those words out.
Such a I've just seen what he said. I didn't know what you're on about, but now I do.
Actually manually typed it out. What a hero.
Good guy, Lutz.
Oh, for goodness sakes, stop it.
Good question. What should you expect at your first regional? Just kind of popular decks, like delays. That's it's annoyingly accurate. Yeah, just like there's no hard and fast thing that says, well, you should expect this and you should play this and stuff. It's just go in with an open mind. Go in hoping to enjoy yourself, not win. And like, winning is just a really good bonus.
Go in for the win, boys.
And yeah, just have a good time.
Go in for the win.
Going in for the kill. Are you using new hammers?
Yeah, of course.
Hammer spam. Doing it for the thrill.
Pretty sure he didn't type it out. Yeah, because in a friend battle you can't just right click and get the text, so you actually have to type it. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you have a good deck has ever been said non-sarcastically. No, I agree. I agree.
You have a good deck.
Constant troll. Well, we've been absolutely destroyed. Hammers get us back into this game, Plox? Okay. Hammers maybe get us back into this game. Plox. Oh, I can't even do anything with his hand. So sad. So sad. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 energy played. No super odd yet. No. I don't really see a win condition. Ranger danger. Well played. Ugh, got absolutely destroyed. Destroyed by the Lutz, Plutz, Mutz. Well played. Let's try and find Dr. Peeker again. Let's try this. Ah, not accepted. Unbelievable. Shocker. Oh, he's not. He's done. He's done for the day. Alright, J Monk, get in here. Let's play. Oh, hold on. Mark's doing something. Teching for me.
Wait a second! Don't you just assume I'm done?
He was still in the victory screen. Damn it! Damn it, Mark! Too busy just like watching all those stars and just loving it.
Oops.
Well, let's try again. This time with Yveltal Tauros garb. It's quite an intimidating start, getting so many basics on the field for a Waterbox player. He beat us to it. Dark Integral, he knows where it's at.
Sadness.
Destroy valuable cards. In real tournaments, you just take it and rip it. Oh, Tesserina? Get out of here, Shaman.
What do you mean it's against the spirit of the game?
I am the spirit of the game. Lapras is so tanky, man. So rude. We're ready to go. Guru for cards. More elixirs. More elixirs. Shocker. Okay. Let's get ourselves Trub. Double Trouble? No, I want a elixir. We'll do these things.
So with Birmingham Regional as part of UK Games Expo, anyone planning with it to extend with great board game session on the Friday night is a real social event. Being interesting to see if Pokemon changes the dynamics. Oh, damn it, Decidueye. I was so close to winning this game. Sadness.
That's incredible.
Scott, I played. Oh, what was the game we played called, Joe, with Luke and Tamal?
Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, I played that with Joe, Luke, and Tamal the other week. That's a really, really fun game. I love board games. I just don't play them.
Ticket to Ride is a good game. It can be a bit of a beetle though.
Yeah, there was a game where Joe didn't do too good.
I had to take a 20-point sack when I went for tickets. I was pretty sure I was winning at the time.
This is now Dark Integral Gaming Appreciation Chat. No comment.
Damn, no float stones, pretty rough here. Digac. Omni Dig. Oh, Fury Belt. That's not cool. Not cool at all. This deck is literally just Rough Seas. Without Rough Seas, this isn't an archetype at all. Nah, this is just Yveltal Taurus Garb. Getting Shrek'd by Lapras. What other card games have I played before? None. None, seriously. Like, I've played... Like, when I was a kid, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, when I was 10. Doesn't really count. Because I was just like, yeah, my guy hits your guy.
6,000 is bigger than 5,000.
Oh, obliterate! Yeah. Beetle! What a beetle! What a beetle! I wanted to Shaman into Lysander for next turn because he probably retreats this guy and it makes me sad. So although it was potentially greedy that we did this, I didn't want to be forced to Sycamore next turn. And if we Ultra Ball just a normal Yveltal there, we have the attachment, the easy Sycamore, but Sycamore's not that good next turn. I want to be Lysandering this guy. I guess if he has to pay retreat because of Garb, it's fine, but it's not that fine. Okay, getting rid of a Rough Seas is good news. Here comes Lapras. We don't have Olympia, so the GX attack seems pretty good.
Joe was freakishly good at Ticket to Ride for it straight away. Love playing board games with great games players.
Well, that was the best game I've had of it. I was terrible the other times I played. I got some absolute beetle tickets, though. I had 2 sacks in a row that were 17 points or more.
Yeah.
And it was just wrong.
It's a really interesting. There's so many strategies to it, Scott. Which I guess there's a lot of games that are like that. But yeah, it just seems like such a diverse game. Like there's so much to it.
Okay. Oh, dearie me. We're getting rinsed by the Lutz. Luke's still a bit of a beetle at Ticket to Ride. He just likes making lines.
There are like 10 versions as well, Jack. Need to get down to Norwich. Yeah, I will make sure to try and get over to the Athena games lot. Don't think I've ever been, so I really want to. Definitely in the summer I'm going to be able to. Right now it's kind of awkward because of uni, because it's about 4-hour train or 3-hour train with like 2 changes or whatever. But from home it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I definitely will be up for that. Ray. I had such a positive win percentage against Ray. And I've just lost 3 in a row. Oh my goodness me, he didn't knock me out. Okay. Maybe all is not lost. Oh, that's not a fun set of cards to discard.
We're putting Lapras through the gauntlet right now. Absolutely aced the first 2 challenges. 2 Zik MC, I want to say. Thanks very much for the follow. Hopefully I didn't screw your name up too badly. Oh, didn't even realise it was 12. Huh.
Yeah. It's gone by.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Lorantis Plume not a good deck in your opinion? Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually don't want to evolve this guy. I need to start synthesizing. I think I synthesis to the active though. So I'm fairly certain I can survive. Oh, I can't attack this turn, of course. Next turn we might be synthesizing. I think I can comfortably bench. Just pass.
I'm so bad at this game.
What are your thoughts on Pokemon's ELO rating system? It was super controversial in Magic. I don't know. The point structure in Pokemon's kind of up in the air right now. They're still sort of figuring it out. A lot of people not liking Lorantis Plume. That's fair enough. Just one of those decks that when Plume comes up, it doesn't really matter what numbers you're hitting because the opponent is oftentimes just doing naff-all. So, but that does depend on the Plume, which is typically 70%. I'll have you know, 70% plus. I think I peaked at 78%. That was when I was playing no Lysanders. Now it's more 70 flat. Which is sad. Wow, I didn't even choose to collect. Interesting. That is a very good draw. Thanks, Acrobike. You saved our bacon. Scott, I actually really do agree with that statement. Not that I'm a seriously good player, but I know that this is a better deck to pick up for some players than others. And I may not be the best person to play this deck because I think, as you say, it's sort of based on what you draw with this list rather than how you play the list. There are still small micro decisions, but they really are micro. Whereas in long term, lovely double tails. In actual full games, you're really based on what you draw. So as long as you know how to sequence, it's a good list for lots of different players.
Three hammers in the bottom 10. Well, I've lost my third Ray in a row, which is sad, considering I was 4-0 against it.
Oh dear. Umbreon Hammers might need to play Jolteon again.
Nah, it's not. That's not the problem. Problem's discarding all your DCE's turn 1.
Beat him. Did he choose to not heal? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Right, here comes Lone Glaceon. My favourite type of Glaceon. We don't need to loop, we just need to find Beedrill. So that's our plan.
Beedle.
Do you guys always stream Wednesday? Yeah, we do.
8 till 12. I had to remember the time there.
Oh boy, he benched a Pokemon. Scared of the Beedrill, you can tell already. I could have gone into the Shaman there, potentially. But I'm not too bothered.
Should Ray play Ranger right now? Doesn't do much versus Rainbow Road, but I understand that there are other decks. I think.
When does Ranger need? Why Rainbow Road?
No, he doesn't. It doesn't do much versus Rainbow Road.
Yeah, but oh, who's saying they want it?
Scott said, should he play it at the moment?
In Ray? But how does it impact the Rainbow Road matchup at all? Is that what he's saying?
I think he's saying there's other decks, like other decks, that it needs it for.
I mean, even with Ranger, you still lose to Giratina. So I think that's like the only thing you need to Ranger. Like Glaceon, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But you even have Oranguru for Lone Glaceon now. And you have Magearna if you play Magearna. So you completely check Glaceon regardless. Oh.
Give me a supporter, yes.
The bee is here.
Do we overshoot every time? We're not great at keeping things on time, but
This has been an interesting series, so I just want to carry it on. Killer Fox, how's it going? Interesting now that it's his choice to start going in. Can't afford some big flips. Would be jokes. What did I do for Valentine's Day? I went out to dinner with a friend. It was great.
How do I destroy Tubbs in testing tomorrow versus Rainbow Road and making hurt so much that he never plays Rainbow Road again?
He'll always play Rainbow Road. That's the thing. Right, please draw grass energy. Yes. Much yes. Very wow. Uh-oh, Oranguru. If I was gonna play and beat Rainbow Force, maybe just play normal Rayquaza, but with one Magina promo. Seems fairly good. We're in a lot of trouble. Like a lot of trouble. That's a good draw. Means we don't lose. Double scrap is all we can do, so that's all we will do. Two Magina promo? Jeez. That'll do. Just play one on Dragonite. It's chill. They'll never hex you. They don't even play hex.
Play 8 parallels.
So our win condition now is draw exactly Lysander. It's only a 1 in 23. Oh, well played. Damn. Aquabox is owning it. No, Jack. I didn't play it to counter Aquabox. I'm putting it through the grinder of good decks. Don't you worry. I said right at the start of the game. I literally said, don't worry, Glaceon. And yeah, that's what happened. It's not meant to counter Aquabox. That's why Aquabox plays Glaceon. It's very plain and simple. Anyways, right, I have to get that list off Mark because Aquabox was slaying me. He's actually got it up on his channel. It plays no Shamans, but he did not seem to worry about drawing cards at all. Even on his first turn, he chose not to collect. He'd rather E-switch to Glaceon, which was interesting. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Good stream.
Mark has done very well. Check out his list because it's clearly the best one I've seen all day. Yeah, we discussed all the Tapus, so if you missed that, all the new cards, our first impressions, obviously the full set's not been revealed yet, so things could change. Things could get better or potentially worse.
It was more of in a vacuum what these cards look like.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week, normal time. Tomorrow I will be profiling Vespi Quen. So yeah, that should be good. I'm still figuring out my favourite list. It's between Evolutions, Passimian, and Zeb Striker. It's going to be a combination of those, depending on what meta I'm expecting.
All of them.
And oh, J Monk's not had a game. Okay, J Monk, come on then. Come on then. Come on then. Come on then. There you go, Mark. I'm plugging you away. Oh, look at him. He's going to get to 100 subs in no time.
Remember us, Mark.
He's doing like close to daily videos.
Yeah, super good content.
Right, we're having a game just because.
Who said we need to finish at 12? We just have to finish at least 12.
Oh, Joe. I don't even know what that face is. I've never seen that face before.
That's a kissing face.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's why I've never seen it.
Oh. I didn't expect that. Oh.
I honestly never seen that face before.
I have nothing to say.
Savage. Oh dear. It's a beetle to end the night. Everyone's favourite.
I love a good beetle to end the evening. Oh, if I can end this guy as well. This is insane. I'm actually doing things in a game. I'm not losing. I'm possibly winning.
Oh, we survived a turn. That's more than I expected. I don't think there's a tiny violin emote for Joe right now. If only. I really, really need one right now.
If you guys had to predict, where would you think Tapu Fini will place, with Lele being the best and the other two arguably Bulu second? I think it's impossible to say. Like, there's all three cards are so different. There's no way I could even predict what Fini is going to do.
It's a blind guess. It's an impossible question.
I think it'll have to be good to impress me now, because the other three have been good. So I feel like they've left this one for a reason, and that's because it's not that great.
Do you think?
But maybe it's the opposite, and maybe it's set up for 7.
In the VGC, I think it's one of the best Tapus.
I've got no idea, actually. I know, like, in London, just because no one really had much time, Tapu Koko was one of the best Pokemon that people used. From what I remember.
Fini and Lele saw a lot of play as well.
Fini is going to have the ability to play this and end the game immediately. Whoever took most prizes wins. Oh, God.
That sounds terrible. So terrible. Latios donk, and then you just win next turn. Either you win on the first turn by donking their one Pokemon, or you win the next turn by putting down Fini. Lovely. Lovely, lovely skill.
Bulu is currently under a rock somewhere. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Bulu in competitive VGC, but then I don't follow it really, so I don't know.
Feeny new Hooper ability. Ooh, if it was a GX Hooper, that would be gross.
Imagine. Oh no.
So gross.
Don't do this.
I'll just find 3 of my Tapu Kokos that I need for the entire game. For my cycle.
Lele.
We'll have to wait and see. Blind speculation is fun and all, but...
It's blind.
Broken time space ability? What?
Imagine. Yeah, you're losing Forest of Giant Plants, but have broken time space.
As a Pokemon that you can't replace.
As a searchable turn 1 Pokemon.
Something tells me that won't happen.
Oh,
But
that,
also, Pokemon is Pokemon, so it
truly,
might happen.
that truly would be broken time space.
I'm ending the stream.
Oh. When you play a card that can evolve like Forest of Giant Plants for turn 1 for any time. Ugh. Killer Fox, hello. How are you doing?
1v1? Nah, this is our last game of the night, unfortunately. I'd love to say yes, but I was meant to leave 20 minutes ago.
Feeny Battle Compressor. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Christ.
As if this guy might end me into 2 supporters, but I can't use either of them. Oh, damn it.
You win, I follow. You lose, I follow.
So he's going for a draw.
Play for the tie, boys.
Oh yeah, ties. They're ties in this game, aren't they? I forget. 2 prizes. Finny with new Toad attack. Please no.
Feeny Porygon 2. Oh man, Hockman would have a field day.
Is Hockman coming to Sheffield?
Yes.
I want him to bring some of that old stuff with him because I don't have no idea what any of it does.
Oh. It's just lame. It's so boring. I've had to play against him loads, and I literally just draw a card and sit there while he just does his combo. I'm just there like, well done, you did it again, David.
Good job.
Congratulations on doing the thing you wanted to do again, because you always can.
You've got a really consistent deck. Good.
Thanks so much, Killer Fox.
Ah, thank you very much. Feeny knew Lysander's trumped banned before release.
That won't happen. Surely. Surely that won't happen.
He said, Mad Captain said the only reason he wanted to be Battle Compressor so he can go Finny into Lele into Maxi or Archie. I just got the classic Finny Lele Maxi combo.
You know how it works.
You know the old Finny Lele Maxi? What TBA means?
To be honest. Oh no, what?
TBA. To be it's something like
announced?
Yeah. There you go. Oh. Finny. What area are you talking with Hockman? He plays unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited.
Which is the thing that I was referring to because he's been putting a lot of lists online lately on his Facebook page, and I've been looking at them, wondering what on earth do these decks do? Like how...
when you see like 4 Trevor in the list, and it's
I
actually
didn't even
really
know what that
good.
card did.
Well, it's because you can get Porygon 2, which then gives you another supporter, which then means you can Trevor to get another Porygon 2, which gets you another supporter.
Oh my god.
And then you Devo Spray, and then you... Yeah.
I understand now. That's incredible.
It's an Ultra Ball without spending cards.
Yeah,
when you're getting Porygons.
That's pretty good, actually.
Peak efficiency. I love it. Oh my goodness, we might win, boys. We might actually not lose this game.
Really?
Let's not jinx it, but we could actually not lose this game. Let's try and not lose, shall we? So, we're 50 HP away. This card is a useless card from now on.
Is it Majestic Dawn Porygon 2? I have no idea.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Unfortunately.
Come on, boys, we can do it. Just don't find Floatstone, Baby Volk, attachment Steam Up. Oh, it's an N. It's an N to 2. I think we're okay though. It's a Decidueye. Victory? Question mark? Ooh, don't be ashamed in that hand. No, 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 no. Energy retrieval, I don't think that does it. Don't think that's enough. Did we do it? Victory! Decidueye's unstoppable. Yes, boys. So, you know when you said that that was an auto win for Volk? Hey.
No, it is not.
Hey. We nailed him. What a great way to finish the stream. I'm happy. I'm happy now. We did it. Hooray. Right, let's calm it down. Whew. Okay. Yeah, this is the second time we're signing off, but that's going to be everything. Vespercon tomorrow. This is going to be... sorry. This will be uploaded tomorrow.
Yeah.
Vespercon on Friday. I'm going to Manchester Saturday, so say hi if you're there. Maybe a tournament report based on how I do. If not, more deck analysis from Monday onwards. Yeah. If you missed any of the hype, we looked at all the new cards today, so check that again on the stream. Check out Mark's channel as well. Playing his awesome Aquabox list. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber, but he's a very established player. Been around 4 EVZs, and he's one of the best in the business, so he is very good. And yeah, that'll be pretty much it.
Yeah.
Good luck to everyone going to Anaheim, and also Manchester, I guess, to an extent. Unless you play against me.
Any information and stuff we can get from Anaheim, let us know, because we want to know what the hell's going on with this format. We've been talking about it for 6 weeks now. We just want to know what is actually happening.
Exactly.
So, big weekend.
But yeah, cheers so much, guys, and we'll see you next stream.